Good evening. God bless. Can you hear me? Good evening and God bless. I apologize. We're having some technical difficulties on my end. Yes. Hope everyone is well. We are just waiting. I just sent the link to the guest. Let's see if you can hear me. Let's go and get my audio set up. Let me know if you can hear me. That should be a little better for me. Great. How is everyone this evening? Azar, good evening, sir. We are live. How are you, brother? StreamYard's giving me StreamYard's giving me difficulty too. I can't hear you, brother. Can you hear yourself? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? I can't hear you. Okay, I can hear Sister Maisha. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, listen, I'm having technical difficulties. Muhammad is. It's okay if we get started a little late, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm at work, so I was like, let me just use the work computer this time.
Right.
Maisha, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
So listen, let's give it a few minutes. Let me just give time for everybody to come on in, and let me go share this YouTube link.
Yeah, because my camera out back was looking at me.
That's okay.
I was trying to see if my headphones will work, but they don't work on the computer.
Okay. StreamYard, let's see, we on Facebook. Got this. Okay.
Is this on YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Hey, share a link. These people trying to ask me how to get on.
Where do you want me to share it at?
On my page.
On your I'll send it to your inbox and you can click and link. Let's go right here. Okay.
Because I got it on my page. I'm sharing. I got shared it on my page.
Cool. Let's do it like this real fast. StreamYard. The YouTube link is. Okay, let me put it right here. Okay, Azo, I'm gonna put it in the group chat.
Yeah, okay, do that.
Messenger.
I don't know how to copy it. Oh, there we go. There we go. How do I do this? Okay.
Okay, if you go to the group chat right now on Facebook, you'll see it.
And I can move it over to my thing, right?
Yeah, you should be able to
just share it. Let me see.
Yeah. Looks like Catrice said she'll be a little late. We understand completely. Can I even tell you what happened on my end? Oh my God, it was scary. Listen.
What happened?
So it was crazy because so I was going to sign in and I just got here just a few minutes ago. So we're running behind. And look at Miss Love. Miss Love, good evening.
How do you copy on a I'm not laptop savvy.
Okay, should be able to right click.
How you doing, Miss Love?
Miss Love, help me pronounce your first name. I'm so illiterate.
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good.
It's
How
okay.
you pronounce your first?
Wyviches. It's like peaches with a V.
Oh, Wyviches. Okay, cool. So we got a Facebook
It's
user.
Wyviches. It's like peaches with a V.
Oh, Wyviches. Okay.
Wyviches. It's pretty.
That's dope.
That's unique. Yeah.
Yes.
Wyviches is the dope teacher.
Look, Mount Wardlow. What's good, brother? You are fine. Y'all give us about 5-10 minutes. You know, everybody's running late. So let me tell you if you want to laugh for a minute before we introduce the official show.
Okay.
So I go to plug my computer and turn it on, right? And the keyboard's not working. I can't even punch in my password. So I'm freaking out. My wife is sick as could be. I got her in here looking for an Apple charger to this damn computer. I'm like, man, what's going on? We got 5 people watching. Check on in. Listen, if you see right here, I guess, Muhammad, it doesn't really matter if they come through YouTube or, Facebook. We were trying to build up our YouTube page. So we'd like you to go over there and subscribe and click on the like just for the algorithms. And Maisha, how you been?
I'm good. I mean,
It's another week.
it's another week. I start a new journey tomorrow. And
Yeah, tell us about that when the show started. Okay, yeah.
well, I'm actually starting a new wellness and fitness journey.
Good.
Yeah, because I gained a lot of weight since I had 3 major surgeries in the last 2 years. So
Really?
I lost a lot of stamina in my body.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm looking to get back in there. So I start this new thing with my nephew tomorrow, which is gonna help me with my clearing my mind and helping my body. So I'm
Good.
looking forward to that. Getting up doing daily affirmations and trying to eat better and getting a little exercise in so I can get my stamina up. So I'm excited about that because May is a terrible month for me. So
Right.
I said I was gonna take control of it this year, and I was not gonna let it beat me down like it has in the past 3 years. So yeah.
Yeah, nobody understands except for you and maybe other mothers. I was trying to get Cooley Cash's mother on here sometime and a few other mothers.
Man.
Just the women, or the fathers that have been affected by these evil murders and stuff, Talk it out, bro. Who is this? Hey, we are not getting catfish tonight. We are not getting
No.
We don't want to see no little small Peters, man. Like, Lord have mercy. That's crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy. For the men that like,
absolutely not.
peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. Come on in. Follow the link. We just, I'm running a little behind. This is my fault. Look at my co-host Azam Muhammad. He got the Bang Hard shirt on. Look how
Hey, put up
muscular
the
he is.
StreamYard link. I got a couple people trying to come in. Won't flood it tonight.
Okay,
I know.
cool.
I said, let me make sure Punch is on board too.
Okay, listen. Here's what we're doing. If they want to come and talk, if they just go to our link, Muhammad, I'm gonna set the StreamYard one in your inbox too. Okay. So if you look in our page, the first one was the YouTube. I'm sorry. The first one was the YouTube. Can you hear me? The second is the StreamYard. But we don't want to just let anybody get on there because if we don't know them, we don't want to. Yeah. I mean, listen, we don't mind.
That part.
Man, listen. So I didn't know that we'll eventually turn it into a radio show where you can call in, talk it out, bro. Maisha, you know who Talk It Out, bro, is? Oh, look at my brother right here.
Is that the person?
Yes, listen.
Is that the person that
I'm gonna give you a proper introduction once we start, man. This is you right here, brother. Peace and blessings. This is my brother Mark Riley, man. Very, very powerful brother, man. So, Mark, give us a few more minutes. Mark, this is Maisha. This is the co-host Azar Muhammad above you. Y'all, everyone's
Peace,
family.
blessings, brother.
My brother Mark is a spiritual, sharp brother, man. He's got his own story to share. And,
thank you. Peace and blessings. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
I got to give you a proper introduction once we get rolling. So what we're doing right now, we'll probably start in another 5 minutes, just giving time for people to get in. I had a late dinner, man. As you get older, that late dinner slows you down. But Maisha, what you're saying, with the violence now, I'll wait for the show start. I was just going to say, man, it's the young babies doing it now. Young babies.
Oh, man.
Hey, Stomp Jones, come on. Listen, I'm going to put this link right here for Stomp Jones and Mont Wardlow. Trying to get on. Okay.
I saw a girl post today about that, saying that some of the parents need to go check their kids' social media. She like, y'all need to go look at y'all kids' social media. I done see some of y'all kids and they all claiming they in gangs. You know what I mean?
Right,
Young
right.
babies. So
Young babies.
I think we spoke about that last week when I said, I was one of them moms. I went through book
Right.
bags, drawers under the bed. I want to know what you got.
Right. That makes sense. That makes
Mhm.
sense. How about 8:15? We'll start rolling. We'll just go with the crew that's in here. So our sister, how'd she say we pronounce that?
I forgot, but it was pretty. It was different.
Yeah,
That's
Miss
all I
Love.
remember.
Yeah, listen.
'Cause it was very unique.
Yeah, your thief, or
I
yeah,
can't
I,
remember.
don't
I'm not
make don't
giving
embarrass
up.
me. So who is talking out, bro? Maisha, your cousin. Laugh out loud.
That's
Oh,
my cousin. Oh yes,
oh
yes,
yeah, come on in, man. Follow the link. Or
yes,
listen,
absolutely.
hey,
Where
listen, you're on
y'all go?
YouTube.
Wait a
Do me a
minute.
favor, if everybody will. I'll wait till everybody gets started. Go check out our YouTube, Foaming at the Mouth, man. We just got monetized. And so we might try to make a living out of this. Wouldn't that be a blessing? Ahmad Bell, assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Come on in, brother. Listen, share the link. Share the link. It's going
I,
down
I
tonight.
can
It is.
I can hear y'all, but I can't. I don't know what I did. I done clicked the link, the thing.
It's okay. Listen,
Can y'all
we're all getting used to this,
see
brother.
me?
Brother Mark. Let me ask you something. How? So you're on YouTube too. Good. Okay. Good. That's the wave today. Who's Corey? Does anybody know a Corey?
Corey, is
Corey,
it
what's
Corey
in the Corey?
McCain?
Shout out Corey.
Hold on before I let him in. Corey, show me your face. Wave your hand or something. You got a cam up. Oh, Corey is a female. Oh, that's your baby. That's your baby.
Oh, Ja'Cory, that's my
Yeah,
daughter.
that's your
Yeah.
baby.
I'm
Okay.
Hey,
sorry.
hey.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you're fine. You're fine. When I said Corey and I didn't
Hey,
see no picture,
everybody.
listen,
That's
hey,
my baby. Yeah, that's my
that's
baby.
family. Yeah.
So
Hey, it's
do
gonna
I
be
need to get off of here to watch it?
no, just you listen, you fine right there because you might want to give your 2 cents. How can I share this live? What you can
Okay.
do is
You can mute your mic though, like
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
yeah,
okay.
Ahmed, what
Okay.
you can do is you see the link right here. I'm gonna I'll you see that right there. Oh, that's the StreamYard. I'm sorry, I'm posting that. Now to share our live, you can share it from Facebook. We prefer that you share it from this YouTube. Let me get that YouTube again real fast for you.
Okay.
But really, to me, it doesn't matter. YouTube, Facebook,
Wait, y'all on Facebook Live?
all owned by the big corporations. So hey.
And she like, let me cut my camera.
Oh yeah, we about to go live. Yeah. So listen, we're about to start it up. Okay, listen, y'all about ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Let's go with it.
We're ready. Let's get it.
I love the voices, man. Everybody's good. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday evening. This is Foaming at the Mouth podcast. When you hear the terms foaming at the mouth, you might think of a pit bull with rabies. But for me and Azar and Israel Mills, an angry man over their 500,000 subscribers in Raleigh, doing it big. Foaming at the mouth is that which is intense, that which allows us to be angry, conflicting, discussion, debate, dialogue. We are not an echo chamber. We do not want people to see the world as us, to agree with us. We also have another offshoot of a podcast called Not Easily Offended. So before I get into it, to the right is my co-host Azar Muhammad. What's up, Azar Muhammad?
What's up? Peace and blessings to everybody in the entire human family.
Below him, the beautiful sister with the locks. That's Maisha. That's family.
No.
She's legendary. My brother to the left. I don't know any subject that he and I ever spoke about that I didn't feel humbled, and I need to go do my research. This is Mark Riley. Thank you for coming tonight, brother.
Peace and blessings. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you. What we'll do, we'll let Azar Muhammad. He's always so humble. We'll let us see. Azar, do you want to open up with anything before we get started?
I'll let the sister open it up. We're gonna put some bounce in here.
Okay,
Yeah,
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, we want to hear from the sister tonight. This subject is close to her. Gun violence in our communities. What can we do to stop it?
Well, as I have said many times before, and I speak on this prayer without works is inefficient. So I feel like we got to start doing more footwork. We've got to start put more of us into what we're speaking, because talking ain't helping.
Right.
It's not helping. These babies are really lost and they need some guidance. They need love. They need the village. You know what I mean? And it's just getting worse and worse by the day. And at some point we got to figure out a solution before they totally wiped out. They gonna make it to the grave before we do.
Mm. That's crazy. Brother Mark Riley, what would your thoughts be on this subject, sir?
In a nutshell, what I, and I'm gonna start off by this parable. It's an African proverb. You know, when the community is cold, the children will burn down the community just to feel the warmth.
Mm. Damn.
Mm,
Damn.
that's a good one.
On that note right there, that puts the responsibility back on the elders.
It does.
Well, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Queen.
No. I was agreeing. I was agreeing.
Please. Yeah, wow.
Well, with that said, well, three things that we're lacking. We have a lot of our so-called elders being silly about serious things and serious about silly things to where we're not on code.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we're not on code, we're talking when it comes to our children. Well, the thing is, it's gotten to the point to where we have separated ourselves so much to we only think about our children, not the children.
Mm.
That's powerful. We got somebody in the back. Who is Big Gotti? Does anybody know him? Is he from?
That's my brother. I was just chiming in to all my people.
Okay. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, that's
How y'all
my brother.
doing? How y'all doing today, man?
Good. Thank you for joining us. Thank
And
you.
he's
So
actually
before
in that
before I even start, what's the conversation and everything about?
gun violence and these youth and trying to get these kids together in the community. Yeah. And he's in that age bracket to where he's just getting to the 30s. You know what I mean? And he's still in that younger age bracket. So
No, one thing I can tell you I did notice today is like one of the main streamers of that, like the violence that's leading these young men to what they doing right now. He got locked up and they indicted him under the indictment he's under is an Instagram indictment.
Wow.
I never heard. So the guy, he's from 23rd and Diamond. He go by the name FM. If you haven't seen it on No Gun Zone, I send it to you guys. But
that's a Philly page that does the local stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so young man, you in Philly right now?
Yeah, he's in Philly.
Yeah, I'm in
it's
Philly.
a whole different level of talking about Philly.
Right.
Yeah, versus Winston. Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about they're 13. They're not even 18 no more. 17, 16. They're 13, 14, and they doing this stuff. Like it's scary. Like here they still wearing the ski masks and things. But back to the conversation I was saying at first, is that same person that literally led these young men here in Philly to the wildness, he just like literally told them young guys to stop what they're doing because he's under an indictment, an Instagram indictment for talking about guns, talking about murders that he never did, but other people did. So it's like he's now in a position where as though he got to change. He talking about changing his whole life around. He's been locked up 2 months already, and just that quick, you could go from the toughest person in your mind to now you seen as like you want to be an advocate or something like that. But it's like, why not do that from the beginning when you had the platform to change them young men? Don't wait, don't lead them on to the wrong, and then now you locked up. You know when people get locked up, I was just incarcerated. Right now, I just lost my case. I go in for sentencing July 20th. But it's not from me causing violence, it's from me protecting myself, from me having to carry a weapon to protect myself. And I just got caught up, not
and so they lock it. Yeah, they locking you up for protecting yourself.
For protecting myself.
Pretty
Now, give or take, yes, I can't. I wasn't supposed to carry a weapon, but being as though my juvenile record still lingers with me, I cannot get a gun permit. So it's like, what do I do? Just go out here with nothing? And then now I got these, like I said, 13, 14-year-old boys, they wearing ski masks in 90-degree weather. And I'm talking about
Literally.
they walking up 5 deep, 10 deep, they walking past you. You don't know what mood these kids is in. And it's like, what I'm supposed to just be naked, let them beat me up, stroll on me, try to rob me, stab me, whatever. It's like, I'm doing this to protect myself. And right now, I go in for sentencing July 20th for this case because I lost it. And now it's like I'm facing a little 11.5 to 23 months or 2 years in prison just for protecting myself. You understand? Like, now give or take, like I said, it's a difference when you protecting yourself for the right reasons and protecting yourself for the wrong reasons that you put yourself into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could protect yourself when you on when you on some, I got a job, I got a woman, I'm in the house 24/7. I'm just going to the store to get a cigarette so I could relax in the house, and now I get locked up. In regards to if a person protect themselves because they on Instagram screaming, yeah, I'm smoking on your homie, I'm doing this and that to your homie, forget F your dead ops, and like it's like you protecting yourself for that reason. No, you know what I'm saying? No. Don't like, come on, because when you get locked up, ain't no guns in jail.
Mm.
That part.
There's no guns in jail. So don't protect yourself then, because when you get locked up, I'm telling you, listen, I just came
Different
home.
ball game. Different
It's a
ball
different
game.
ball game. And I'm talking about, yeah, the older guys got their position in jail, but them younger guys, every fight, they are stabbing each other. It's no like, it's just crazy.
It's scary.
And excuse me, let me step in on this one because hey, that goes into what this brother was saying. And hey, first and foremost, brother, hey, peace and blessings to you. Hey, we
Thank
riding with you. We
Right.
understand.
Thank you.
We do. Not just understand, we overstand and understand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But let me get back to the point of contention. Point of contention is that, and I'm talking about the problem because one thing I'm a firm believer of, we cannot talk about the problem if we don't have a solution. So I'm going to address the problem right here. Well, in a nutshell, we lack 3 C's, and I say this at my lectures. We lack 3 C's when it comes to our community: communication, cooperation, and consideration. Those 3 C's, to where communication is being able to communicate with our community. But here's the thing: we have been so diametrically like disconnected with our community to where we just see them as people.
Mm.
Cooperation is being able to understand like what they're going through and being able not to help but assist, meaning education. You know what I'm saying? Education. And consideration is being considerate, of the things that, hey, we might have had the opportunity or the fortunate possibilities to get out of our situation, right, wrong, or indifferent. But however, we don't go back a lot of times and instill the blueprint on how we got out that situation. We just tell them, hey, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, because and this is so, and I say this personally. I mean that's of a sick mindset, because you're thinking, well, not us, but that person's thinking, well, hey, just because I did it, and everything, and I did it, not by myself, but by myself. So therefore, hey, the other person, hey, they should be able to do the same thing. If they don't, then screw them. I ain't got to deal with them. But then when it comes over, hey, then when it spills over into your community, meaning racism, white supremacy, discrimination. Well, now you're the one still crying, but what about your community that you came from? I'm gonna land my plane.
No,
Yeah.
that was beautiful. Listen, Warren Houston, how are you, sir, this evening?
I'm well, thanks. How are you today?
I'm blessed. Thank you. Would you introduce yourself? And are you familiar with the subject tonight, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. My name is Warren Houston. I'm out of Houston, Texas, and I have an organization known as the People's Law Study Group. I have a master's in the sciences of law, and I'm very active in the community here in Houston. I'd like to thank my brother Azar Muhammad for
Wow.
inviting me to this.
Thank you. We're honored to have
And
you,
I'm
brother.
also sporting my Pure Justice shirt. Let me make that known.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Pure
Matter of
Justice.
fact, brother, I'm gonna get you live and let's show it up. There you go. Pure justice. Okay.
Pure
All right.
Justice, Pure
Okay.
Justice
Yes,
is an
like that.
organization here
Yes,
in
sir.
Houston. Pure Justice is an organization here in Houston that helps people that have criminal issues with the judicial system here in Houston, Texas. So, yeah.
Wow. So I mean, we know Houston, Fifth Ward, and all over Houston, it's probably the same situation. Would you care to talk about your position down there on the gun violence with the youth?
Well, when I look at gun violence, I think we have to go back in history and start from the beginning to see how we can trace this as to where we are now.
Preach.
Because the way I look at it, we got issues. A lot of people are upset with these new laws that allow people to carry, which I don't have a problem with that. Because the United States, if you go back and understand its history, from the beginning, we have a right to bear arms, and those right to bear arms were based on people being protected and protecting themselves from government. The people that started this country, they did not trust government, and they didn't have uh, they didn't have a like for government. So even after this country was established, there was a war that almost started called the Shepherd's Rebellion, which caused the 10 Amendments to be put in the Constitution to protect the citizens from the government. So even if you go back to the Panther days, when the Panthers found that they had a right to bear arms in California, then California changed the law so they couldn't bear arms.
Mhm.
So I think the problem that we're having now is not so much of the laws being changed, because I think now even with the laws, who are the laws written for? The laws are not written for law-abiding citizens. They're written for criminals. And when you look at criminals, criminals don't care what law you have. So when you have a place where gun laws are in place, then normally what that does is that protects the citizen, because you have criminals who now are basically scared running up on people. You have crooked cops who are scared running up on people. What we have, the problem that we have is the home. When you have homes and you have children who grew up without fathers in their home, then you have a problem. And so
Mhm.
fixing that is the situation where we have to start back with the community, going back dealing with these kids, especially men. And we're in a society now that taunts what they call it toxic masculinity. Although that's something I don't believe in, and I think it's a bunch of hogwash. But until men wake up, until men take their position, then we're gonna have a problem.
Wow, thank you. That's powerful. You're right. Everything that's called masculine, it's under attack. Azar Muhammad, thank you for inviting Mr. Warren Houston. If I may ask you again, brother, I know our brother's so humble. What are your thoughts on Azar Muhammad? Isn't he a great brother? What's your thoughts on him and his
Oh
new
yeah, man.
podcast?
I'm just waiting for him to make me one of those bang hard apparel that'll fit me, man. He won't make nothing that fit me, bro. I'm like 6'5", 6'6", 350 pounds, so he won't make one to fit him, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If we can add a little humor on that. So I was 310, right? So he brought me a shirt to my house. We were doing the podcast one day from the house doing the shorts, and I put it on and I looked like a stretched tire. He said, "Brother, we got to get you in the gym." So you see, I'm only showing my lower half. Maisha, we're just going to jump right in.
Mhm.
Maisha, with you losing your son to a horrendous murder,
Mhm.
I know you're very spiritual. How does it make you feel that there are people that still walking around that know who did it and are not willing to help? You don't have to call any names.
I'm not. No, I'm definitely not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the timing on that because when their names is supposed to be called, trust me, I'm gonna say their names. But at first, I think I went through stages of it because at first I was angry. Like I was very angry. I wanted to retaliate myself. You know what I mean? I was just mad at the world at first. And then being that I know personally, you know, some of the people that was involved, that was a hurt piece, you know, because if anybody knows me, they know how wide I spread throughout Winston-Salem. Like everybody knows me. I don't have enemies. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I felt like the city, like I know it's not the city's fault, but I just felt like that the city that I love so much and I grew up in and I had so many great memories to let me down. Me being a person who I was and who his father was, it was like I counted on the community more. You know what I'm saying? To actually speak up. And still to this day, I have disconnected from so many folks that I was good associates with, you know, always could be around, have a good time. But as it's coming up on 4 years, and actually 2 weeks, the 18th will make 4 years. 4 years feels like 4 minutes. It does not feel like 4 years, you know, because like I was telling my daughter-in-law today, you know, like we're still grieving. I don't, you know, everybody else went on with their life and all of that, but I can't forget that. Like, you know, it's like as if I just got the phone call today or yesterday. It's still in me like that. So I haven't forgiven. I can honestly say that, and that's something that I'm really working on. But I don't think that I would ever be able to forgive anybody until I get justice. You know what I mean? Because I think that the dynamics of this whole we ain't talking to the police, we not snitching thing only applies to people that is not happening to. And you know, I think it's weird. You know, you'll snitch on your friend for selling drugs, or you know, both of y'all go out and get caught together, and you know you're gonna get the lesser time if you tell, but you won't say nothing about your good friend, your bro, your laying on the ground. You won't tell at least his mother, at least, you know, I'm saying somebody that could relate a word to the police, because you know what the police told me? They said that we have to close, we're not closing the case, but it's going in an inactive case because we can't, all the leads that we're following is ending up pretty much in a brick wall. Nobody's talking. I can't understand that. Because I feel like until the day I die, I'm not gonna have no peace until I get
justice.
Even if, you know, something, you know, I know karma works with God and the universe, you know what I'm saying? Because they definitely are suffering, but it's not, they're not suffering behind my loss. You understand?
Hey, listen. Hey,
your mic.
Hey, I'm gonna introduce everybody. I just if how about this? If you're not talking, if you can just mute your mic, because sometimes cell phones give off a lot of reflection. SB, what say you, brother? How are you, sir?
What's going on? What's happening, S? How you?
I'm blessed. Hope
What's
you
up,
are.
Cody?
Hey.
Are you in Philly? Where you where you coming from? Where you at right now?
I'm in Winston. I'm right here with you, bro.
Right forward. That's what I thought. But look, okay, now I can see because you got the light on you. And look to the left, man. My brother Punch, Derek Hines.
Let me do it right.
There you go. Hey, listen, y'all. I got to give SB a great introduction. Trey for listen, but the gentleman to my left, Derek Hines. Let me give him his proper introduction. Everybody knows him for back in the day. He sits somebody on their back with that punch. Punch held me down for
literally.
Punch held me down for many years, man. That's my brother. He held me down. We were in the trenches together. I love him. He's always been, despite where he and I worked, the trenches that we are in, he's always been a lover of his community. He's always advocated for young men, just throw down the guns and get your ass whooped and live another day. Punch, what say you, brother? Good to hear from you.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Hi, ladies. How y'all?
We're
How you doing,
blessed.
brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you.
What's happening, Big D?
I thought it was another lady on here.
Yeah, she
What's
was.
good,
but
D?
yeah,
How you
I think
doing?
What's up, big guy?
yeah. So Punch, you up north, Philly, and Maisha's up there. So we know that's a bigger city, and the violence level is probably greater. What's the scenario with Philly now, with the youth out here wilding like they are in Winston? Seems like it's everywhere now.
Well, quite honestly, it's like a everyday event. You know, just today, a 3-year-old girl got shot.
Damn.
3 years old. Yesterday, 4 people got shot. One was an 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
In Philly, we got probably about 172 kids that's been shot this school year.
That shit
Mhm.
crazy.
You know, and like the biggest thing is it's the music and the drugs, bro.
Yeah.
The music is the theme music and the drugs is the number. You know, and like I don't see an end to it. You can't pray it away. You can't march it away. You honestly got to get out here in these trenches, you know, and separate the prey from the predators.
Yep.
I know there's only so much
Right
strength.
now, with everybody being in the same bucket, bro, it's no end to it. You know what I mean? Guns are too available.
Y'all see that?
What's that?
The little dots, right?
Those are bullets. Bullet
There
markers.
has been
Oh no.
134 homicides. They had a 12% decrease actually this year so far, but 437 non-fatal, 108 fatal, and shooting victims in Philadelphia as of 2023.
Wow.
Excuse me. Hey,
yes.
let me ask this. I'm
Please.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
Well, hey, respectfully. Now, hey, let's go deep here. So I have to ask this question. Is this the thinning of the herd?
The herd?
Meaning that is this God's will that this is supposed to happen? Because and watch this right here. The reason why I say this is because, and I disagree with this, but our community is so flooded with religious people to where they want to think that they can pray this away and everything like that, but with no action.
Oh, yeah.
So is this God's will, the thinning of the herd?
I do feel like we are in a spiritual warfare. If you want to say, if you're a spiritual person and you want to say that, we definitely are at a spiritual warfare.
I don't see it as God's will, because God can wipe it all out whenever he wants. If that was the plan, he can stop it if that's what he want to do. I don't think it's a will thing. I think it's a people thing.
It's definitely
we got to keep it addressing the people.
Yeah,
you can't.
We're picking our sides right now.
Yeah. So, well, let me ask you this. I'm glad you said that, brother. So is that only because when you say God can wipe it all out, well, God can't really do that according to people's scriptures, because we have free will.
I mean, one thing about it is, me personally, I've never been a big religious person.
Me neither.
That separates.
But I got to be fair. I'm
just saying, but to be fair, religion is something that splits us. It divides us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that does. Most of the wars we're in right now are religious wars. You know, there's no real wars out there where people just got beef. It's religious wars. It's how you view your God and your place within God. But God ain't got nothing to do with this here. Not no God that I believe in. My God is full of love. This stuff that's going right now is just pure hate and ignorance.
Well, would you agree, brother? And can we be fair? I mean, anybody can chime in. Well, aren't we in a duality? And we know what a duality is. That's positive and negative, good and bad. So because we have free will, well, we can do bad or we can do good. That's our choice. And because we are in a fallen state because of lack of communication, cooperation, and consideration, well, is this the direct result or the culmination of lack of?
No, this to me, this is the culmination of just so much free will without any checks and balances.
Let me stop
Like,
you real fast. Let me stop you real fast. Hey, Rock Muhammad, are you there, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, Rock, go ahead and I would just wanted to introduce yourself and what city you're out of.
Well, I'm out of Houston right now.
Okay, what's your thoughts on the subject, sir?
Well, I appreciate you asking me. I'm actually a meditation instructor. I've been teaching meditation over 10 years, and I've been a Buddhist practitioner for over 16.
Yes, sir.
And when it comes to violence, the Dalai Lama once said that if you taught 8-year-old children how to meditate, that you can uproot violence in one generation.
Wow.
Because the practice of meditation is a peaceful practice. It teaches people how to control their emotions, how to look at things objectively, how to calm down. I actually teach something called Relax and Breathe, which is my own practice to address such issues. So I think if we got back into the culture of meditation, practicing as individuals, teaching it to our children, that can present a valuable solution to today's modern problems, especially with the mental health crisis.
Wow.
And I invited Mr. Muhammad on.
Thank you,
because
Mr.
of
Houston.
his technique. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty profound. One of my close friends is out in South Dakota, and he's a Buddhist, and he and I were sharing knowledge back and forth, and he was talking about just breathing alone, just the practice of breathing, and how most of us don't understand it. I am still a child in that technique. You ever think about when somebody pisses you off and you get ready to fight? The shortness of breath, the lack of oxygen to the brain. So, Rock, thank you so much for that. This is kind of an open format. All we ask is that if you get to explaining, you kind of keep it. We don't want to cut anybody off, but you kind of keep it understand that there's other people on the panel. Derek, myself, and my brother Mark. I know we can have a conversation for hours, brother. I love you all. I'm gonna hit our sister Miss Love at the bottom, right? Miss Love has been rocking with us for a minute. Miss Love, what's your thoughts on the subject tonight? Miss Love?
Peaches.
We can't hear you. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Okay, but look.
Yeah, go ahead, Derek. We might have to.
Like some of y'all know me, and some of y'all know how I got down and what I do. But my biggest thing, man, and like to be in all honesty, and me and Mark has talked about this before. The war that we're in is all self-done now. We can't blame lack of resources. We can't blame lack of opportunities. We can't blame lack of education. But what we can do is be honest in the situation to say that we got to clean our home. And if we don't do that, it's all for nothing, because they're going to still throw money the wrong ways in fixing this. And like I've told people a long time ago, Black people have been at war with niggas for a long time. And
wow.
Until we address that elephant in the room.
You've been saying that since I've known you.
Yeah. And the niggas are the radio stations. The niggas are the movies. The niggas are the parents who rather be real niggas instead of people being parents. Like it's hard to tell people no, don't do this when you spend most of your day listening to the radio about killing somebody and being high on drugs. It's sort of hard to walk that back. And we as a community, we allow this here. You listen to white radio, you don't hear nothing about murders and deaths and none of that shit.
Right.
But our people are becoming stars and becoming heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like I told when I was producing music, I was telling these cats, man, y'all killing all y'all fan base. Who's gonna be here to listen to your music?
I remember you said that. 2 to 6. You said that, yeah. If you're shooting everybody up, who's gonna buy the music?
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
We need to take a more proactive role in doing some of the things that we can do now. We need to protest and boycott these black radio stations that are doing harm to our children. Not only to our children, but to us, because we're in the crosshairs of that. I see in Winston right now, all these drive-by shootings and stuff like that. And the thing that kills me about the black community is you'll look more down on as being a snitch than the person that's killing, raping, and putting all these drugs in us. But we allow that mentality to stay in our kids. We let fear parent our kids.
You know, there was if I can interject, as you were saying, there was a shooting in Alabama this week. 6 brothers. 4 people ended up dead and 32 people ended up wounded.
Damn.
Now that should have made national news.
It made news. I saw it up here.
Do you know why it didn't make national news?
It didn't. It made it
did.
here.
We saw it. I saw it up here.
On CNN.
Did you? Oh, you saw it on CNN?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on CNN and the news up here.
They call it a terrorist. A mass shooting.
Okay. I didn't see it on any of the major channels. I happened to catch it on a small channel. I didn't see it on any of the major channels.
But they have it everywhere. And I ain't mean to cut nobody out, but I'll let y'all get back to this. But let me just say this. I feel like if they was to actually put all the killings, literally in every city, every state, all the black on black killings, televise that shit. I bet you it's because we so damn desensitized to our people getting killed and it being black on black. It's like we just overlook it. It's another person. You know what I mean? Start airing that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Then some of these political people gonna have to actually stand up and do their job because they overlook a lot of these shootings and killings. They don't put this stuff on the news.
Only reason why they overlook it, I think the only reason why they overlook it because it's so many of them.
Right.
And you're right.
There's so many of them that you can't keep up.
Well, these are
I'd like to say something to this. One of the things that I heard the brother talking about was the music. And there's unfortunately a lot of root problems in our culture. It has to do with our lack of self-control. And then we feed ourselves. There's a story amongst the Native American people, or a proverb, I should say, that we all have 2 wolves inside of us.
Preach.
A good wolf and a bad wolf. And the question is, which one is stronger? And the answer is not the good wolf, it's the one that you feed the most.
Right.
So,
and I'm glad you said that. Hey, I'm glad you said that, brother, because I was just speaking about that with the duality.
Okay, so if we feed ourselves garbage, that's what you're going to produce. The mind is just as important as the digestive system. The mind is a digestive system.
The problem is we okay with that.
So what I'm getting at is that one of the things that I've done in my practice is I've developed something called a TheraJam. And
what's it called, sir? What's it called again, sir?
TheraJam.
Okay.
Like a therapeutic music, like a therapeutic jam.
Yes, sir.
The music that we're making is designed specifically for mental health purposes. I got a mega hit song called Relax and Breathe, like the t-shirt say. If you look up Relax and Breathe the way I spell it, Rock Muhammad, you'll find my song. And that song has been already successful in preventing people from killing people. I got testimonies on my YouTube channel from people I know that are capable of that have given testimony of how it stopped them from violence, it stopped them from committing murder, stuff like that. Because we have to have something. We see the problem is, if we could talk about problems all day, but we got to find solutions and we got to execute on solution-based action. See, and that's one of the things that I like about the culture of meditation and what you learn by practicing Buddhism is that, which is from Black India, from the Black Buddha, Siddhartha. You know, that's our stuff. We put so much emphasis on what happened in Africa, we forget a whole nother culture of Black people that was enslaved for not 400 years, but 4,000 years, that actually created a mind science that we could benefit from. So Buddhism is solution-based. It's about learning the science of cause and effect and the role we play with that. And if we teach our people and we practice something like that, then we'll come out better. But we have to look at root causes and root solutions and take action.
And I'm glad you said that. But like with me, when you look at the root of problems, you got to start and really implement it. You can't just keep discussing what the problems are. We know what the problems are. And honestly, we know what the solutions are. You're not going to get no peace in our community without some type of war. Like I tell brothers all the time, we're fighting two wars, and the main war is within ourselves. We're outflanking ourselves. And if we don't do something that's real and substantial and powerful, we're just going to keep talking.
Speaking on that note, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You can't look at a guy with a gun in his hand and say, brother, let's meditate. You know what I'm saying? We pass all of those things. We're at war. And intelligent minds need to understand the fact that we are at war. And our biggest war is being honest with ourselves. I would love a peaceful thing like anybody else, but we pass peace. We pass that. You walk out your door, you turn on your TV, you see peace is not there.
I think we have to look at. We have to look at
practice peace. We're not past it. That's our essence. Our essence, our nature is peace. That's why.
Yeah, but we're not in our essence right now. We're not in our essence.
Hey, let's do one mic. Let's listen to both of y'all. But look, one mic. Go ahead, Rob.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, I don't think we're past peace. I think that's the problem. We don't know peace. Most of us in our lives are suffering from some type of mental disorder. Most people on the planet are suffering from mild bipolar syndrome in some way. We're running from pain, running to pleasure. You know, likes and dislikes. They're programming us and engineering us to be a certain way. And all I'm saying is that we can reject that programming and be our real self, which is a peaceful.
And guess what? I'm sorry. My apologies. Because I wanted to say one thing.
Let me make a statement quick. And this is, I think, what we all need to understand when we at war. There's more than one battlefront to fight. You got infantry, you got horsemen, you got foot soldiers, you got people on horses. So, you know, when we talk about battle, we have to look at relax and breathe, or meditation may not help everybody, but it will help somebody. And that's the same thing. When you talk to me, you're talking about intellect and education. I'm the man. When we deal with, I realize that one of our main problems is intellect. Now I know when it comes to education, I can't talk to a brother with a gun who's trying to figure out how to feed it. He ain't trying to hear that. But it's somebody that's going to hear me when I talk about, hey, our problem is that we lack intellect, we lack education, and that's an issue. We can deal with it on that front. The next front, it maybe have to deal with. Might have to add more policemen. The next front we may have to deal with, we must have to get out there and take some heads. So it's more than one front. Let's not look at it as only one front that we do.
Hold on. That's why that's why I say war. Because like you said, there's all kind of different fronts. But the worst part about being in war is if your soldiers are against you. You know
Hey,
what I'm
listen-
saying?
Okay.
Hold on.
Listen-
Excuse me. Hold
Go ahead.
on. Let me interject on this. Here's my solution right here. And it's just simple and plain. 3 things that, and this is just my solution. 3 things: power, wealth, and influence. Power, we teach our youth power, meaning to be able to be the sole controller of your community, of your world. Wealth. Wealth is not based on a dollar. Wealth is based on health, wealth, and spirit and nurturing. Influence. Influence is based off how you are perceived in your community, meaning based off of 3 things: responsibility, loyalty, dependability, self-worth, and integrity. And that transcends, in my opinion, that spirituality or anything. That's just logic. Power, wealth, influence to
Great
be the
point.
sole controller. Oh, go ahead.
No, you are
Yes.
saying great point. Let's go ahead and let SB jump in, Nurse Catrice and Joe Horton. SB, what are your thoughts on this, brother?
Well, I mean, I'm on the screen, but I'm in the room. It's a gang with me, and we all chiming in amongst ourselves about what's going on. And the main thing is, like, we coming up amongst ourselves, like, the parental accountability. Like, the parents, it's at the house. All of this is at the house. It's like we gotta step up more with our kids. Like, period. Our kids and their friends. Like, we can't be scared. We gotta have just as, like, the kids now don't have no fear. They don't care about nothing about what they're doing, or what's gonna happen to them after. None of that. So we can't. We have to. The foot got to come down a little more harder nowadays. Like, we've been forced into not really chastising our children and not, you know what I'm saying, being parents that we would like our parents was. Like, they don't want us to be like our parents was. But look at us. Look at everybody in this forum right now. You know what I'm saying? That's because we probably all had the same type of parents.
I'm glad you said it, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm looking at this whole forum, and everything is straight positive coming out of this. This is not the problem. The problems are the ones who are not here,
right?
That are not listening to reasoning. That's why I be saying, with, like, one thing I always had respect about the Jehovah's Witnesses was they came out into the streets.
Yeah, and it'd be
They
the whole
preached
family
out there in the streets. I look at Jesus. He preached out in the street. He didn't preach in churches. He was out there. And the thing about it is, our generation, he had the pleasure of growing up with your entire neighborhood as your parent. You couldn't do anything, because by the time you got home, you already got warmed up, and then when you get home, you're getting killed out.
That's the Philadelphia way, I believe. That was
like,
it.
Now, I saw the video of the little girl fighting the teacher. I saw the video of the girl fighting the teacher, and all these little lame ass parents talking about, "Oh, nah, she couldn't have did that to my child." But you sent that little monster to school.
Yeah. That was you could, and that's that.
They put wood to our heads. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't no way.
My kids, ain't no way. Get cussed out, jumped on, shot at, all kind of stuff. We didn't go through that.
Call me, I handle that shit.
I don't want to hear about mental illness after the fact, because when black folks and brown folks kill, they thugs. But when these white folks kill, it's mental illness. But we should have the most mental illness out of all of them. We the ones that's been oppressed the most. Every race has been oppressed, but we label this shit out, and we subcontract it out by saying this is instead of the truth. The truth is, man, we're gonna have to be out there. We're gonna have to be out there in the front lines, having this type of forum. Go on the block where they selling drugs and have a adult conversation with these guys. Let them, what it is, breathe and meditate. But you got to take it to them. Stuff like this is all in-house. We're hearing this. We're agreeing on this. We see some type of common denominator in all this. But what's going on in these streets, I've been on both sides of it. I've been a predator out there in them streets. And I've been prey out there in them streets.
Bingo. All day.
And when you go through things like that, it hits you differently.
But didn't we like, I know when I was in the streets and I was trying to give it to people, I knew that the women and children, the elderly folks were off limits, brother. I didn't care.
I didn't care back then. I didn't care. I put hands on everybody.
You went after grandmas? You beat up grandmas?
Even grandmas. Yeah, I was out there.
Stop. You beat up
I was out there, man. Cocaine was a hell of a drug. Cocaine was a hell of a drug.
Okay,
excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Can I be fair?
Please.
With the exception of Brother Derek and everything, I'll see. Here's and this is just my take on it. And Queen Maisha, maybe you can expound on this because I'm not a woman, but in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that went out the door when feminism came in to say, where a lot of women said, well, hey, I don't need a man, I don't need protection or provision, I could do it myself. So therefore, a lot of men left protection of the women to say, well, hey, fend for yourself then. I ain't got to protect you no more.
Those was weak men. Those was weak men.
Yeah.
They left that woman vulnerable. They left that woman vulnerable.
That's what you call somebody running off.
I was asking her
with an excuse.
I'm sorry. Well, it's a legitimate excuse.
That's an excuse. That was a present for somebody who wanted to run off anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me hear the Queen. What do you think on that? When a lot of women have said they don't need a man. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, I'm gonna let my
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Catrice. Go ahead.
So, is it that the woman said, "I don't need a man," or is it that the woman was put in a position to where she ain't had no choice but to fend for herself because the man left?
Well, can I be honest? That's subjective because, yeah, in some cases that is true, but then in other cases that's not true. So that's not across the board.
So I'm gonna speak on my case. I was a single mother for 28 years with 4 kids, and I wasn't a single mother by choice. I would have loved for my children to be raised in the house with their father. However, the father was abusive. So then what do? Do I continue to stay in this relationship and allow you to abuse me just for the sake of saying my child has their father? Like my son, I only had 1 son, but 3 girls. My son went to college on a football scholarship. My son and his dad are total opposites. And I believe if my son was raised around his dad, he'll be exactly like his dad. So I'm glad that my son was not raised around his dad. My son, if you put them together, the only way you would know that that's his son because of the features, the way they look, but the way they act is totally opposite. So sometimes you may have to raise, like my son has never been in the gang, never been in prison, have a college degree, working on his own business. And it was because I had to do what I had to do. It ain't the fact that I wanted to, I don't need a man. Hell, I don't want to take the man's position. I don't want to take the man's position, but I was forced. Because what I do? Let my kids fall by the wayside because their dad don't step up?
Some men are just sorry.
Absolutely not. You should do what you did, but nonetheless, you should have never been left in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have, as men, like once I don't know me personally, my kids is that's my strength. So I can't do nothing. I can't function without them, without knowing that they doing well. And so forth, so on. So whether me and their mom is, you know what I'm saying, at on the good terms, bad terms, whatever, it don't matter. it don't matter because of what's going on. Like I couldn't live right. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that these kids and what they doing out here, and I got all boys. So it's as a black man, I couldn't leave him like that.
Whoa.
Right.
And that's real. That's real. Big ups on that. But like one thing I do want to touch on when you said about the feminism of women, one thing I can say is like I grew up in an era where I was blessed enough to have a mother and a father in the household. But I still had siblings go to the penitentiary. I know people that just had a single mother in the house and they are great fathers and great providers. It's what you teach and how you show the teachings. You can't be a hypocrite trying to raise a child because they're going to smell that quicker. They say each generation becomes wiser and stronger.
That's it.
And see, with this generation, the parents have gotten younger, more younger.
And a lot less fearful of consequences.
They're actually growing up with their kids. I became a father when I was 15.
And social media has made it okay to be one of them niggas that got 5, 6 baby mamas and all these kids spread out everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That they think it's okay. And then you got all these families now. You know what I'm saying? So you picking and choosing which ones you really want to be. Some of these men are daddies and they're not fathers. They just going around spreading their seeds everywhere. The strong men have really like it's really a short percentage of strong men now, because these other men, you got 40 niggas my age that want to be out here running with the kids that's 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still
That's
want
because it took them 40, it took them 20 extra years to become real.
rappers. They still want to be all in the fashion and these everything has got to do with what's trending. I think we need to make a trend to let's bring the community back. Let's bring back the strongness that we had with the Black Panther Party. When they took that away from us, they took away us. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I really feel like that. Like, we had allies with the Black Panthers. We had,
but see, the only thing about it is we keep allowing our resources to get taken.
Somebody got to start somewhere.
No, what I'm saying is,
follow. We got the people. We got the people, but you know what? We think it's lame.
Well, actually, guess what? Actually, let me go here. The reason why, and this is just my opinion, the reason why a lot of times is because nobody wants to be a leader because all of our leaders keep getting assassanated because we have no protection, even from our own people.
Okay,
like even all of our
here.
leaders get assassinated.
Than to stand for nothing.
That leadership always scratches my ass. How come we don't hear about white leaders?
We don't
need them. We don't need them. That's what led us where we at. These so-called leaders.
They follow each other.
They got a bunch of them.
Look how Trump.
That's how we look at them.
Trump had them running in the damn Capitol like that. They got white leaders and they follow each other. We have a problem with following.
Like I'm saying, you don't hear them saying, "Let's go talk to the white leaders." We don't have that conversation. They say, "Let's go to the black leaders." I don't follow none of them some bitches they be talking about.
You know what the problem is? The problem is don't nobody want to follow and everybody want to lead. And everybody can't be a leader. Somebody has to follow somebody.
Exactly.
And so the problem is I want to be the man, so I'm not going to follow
This is something I always tell people. A real leader doesn't know he has followers. He's just living his life and showing by example.
That's right.
It's by example. Once you put a title on that, then there becomes expectations. Then there becomes, you're saying, well, I followed this person, but you did that by choice.
That's right.
You got to lead. You have to lead yourself. You know where to go. You know where you got to lead yourself to go get a job. To lead yourself to pay the utility bills. To lead yourself to pay your get some grocery. To protect your family. You have all these. Everyone has leadership qualities. If they say we're all built in God's image, God is a supreme leader.
That's it.
See, the thing about it is, if you don't know where you're going, then you need to follow somebody. But if you got some shit about you, you already that leader.
Right.
And you know who's following you? Your family.
And here's the thing: Jesus was the prime example. He came to serve the people. He didn't come to be served.
And he said, "Don't follow me and worship me. Worship my Father."
My Father. He
But
washed his enemies' feet.
what religious
Wash
does,
our enemies' feet. How
and like
about
that's why
wash
I'm
our
more into a
enemies' feet?
spiritual being. I'm more into spirit. I'm more into what feels good in my spirit.
Again, I think as it relates to spirituality and religion, I don't think religion was a problem. Religion is a tool. It's not good or bad. I think the problem became when we start trying to convert everybody to what we believe.
That's it.
I grew up as a Christian. I'm no longer a Christian, but because I'm no longer a Christian, I don't go back and try to tell everybody you shouldn't be a Christian.
Exactly.
Because I've seen people help with all kind of. I've seen people come off drugs and everything inside the Christian church. And so I need to do what I do and respect what someone else do. If my brother's a Muslim, I'm going to respect that. If my brother's a Buddhist, I'm going to respect that. That's what the morals are. We lost morality when we start kicking religion out. We lost morality.
That's right. It's
We
about
took God out of stuff. It shit just start going down. At least we had something to feel. You know?
Like freedom's not free. And some people take freedom to the extreme. Your freedom ends when it impedes on mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in doing right by people, being right for yourself. But at the same time, I will protect it to the highest.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things you have to protect is morality.
Mm-hmm.
You have to protect manners. You have to protect home training.
Beautiful discussion.
But I think as a group, man, one of the biggest things that we're gonna have to do is change the narrative that is going out into the airways with all this drill and gangster and drug music. They making our girls into whores and gold diggers. They making our kids into killers.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a 6-year-old boy go to school and shoot his teacher.
Yes, sir. May I interject?
You have a 6-year-old go and shoot his teacher.
Mike is
I
yours,
look at
Muhammad.
video games. They desensitize our children. They desensitize our children.
We desensitized.
Muhammad, the mic's yours.
Yes, sir. I just want to, thank everybody for voicing their opinion. We don't have no solutions. If we did, we could fix it. Everybody can have a right to their opinion, but we're in a time now. Death has entered America. So that's what's gonna happen. We should pray for peace, but we won't find it. We didn't know peace. This peace shit over with. We done had everybody. Everybody said we done had Malcolm. We done had this person. We done had that person. Talk.
Right.
Well, it's time for hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. Death is gonna enter America, and you're just gonna have to go in your house and close your doors, because it comes to a time when you say, "Hey, death is coming," and you can't stop it. If you don't believe me, everything you all is saying is justifying what I'm saying. Dying. Everybody dying. Black, white. Nobody's getting away from this. Nobody's getting away from
are
this.
you? Hold on. So are you saying respectfully?
Hold on. One mic. Hold on. Let them finish. Who's got their phone?
My
on?
apologies.
You're fine. It's okay because it's passionate. It's
okay. It's passionate, but we all got these opinions. We talk. We all talk. But when death comes, when you see a plane hit 911, hit that building, everybody was quiet for a minute. Everybody started going back doing what they was doing. See, that's what death does. It balances you. My God, the Bible said they shall pray for peace, but they will not find it. That's a time to cry, time to laugh, time to die. Death is coming to America. Close your doors and shut the door and pray that you be living when we come out of this. Because I'm telling you, we're going to die by the multitudes. Because this universe has a way of cleansing itself. If you don't believe it, go put some weed and feed on your yard this year and wait and see 6 months later, don't it come back? It knows how to cleanse itself. Rome went out. Pompeii went out. All of these so-called big places went out. America, you next. And that's all I have to say.
And you're right about that. The dollar is already tumbling.
Excuse me, brother Derek.
Enemies are becoming.
Excuse me. Hold on. I just want to say this right here. I just want to say this right here.
I guess I said something that people don't understand, because when I talk about peace, I'm talking about inner peace. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about the going in time. He's talking about going inside of yourself. W.D. Farad says, sit yourself in heaven at once. That's meditation. And meditation is the way of being healthy. It's one of the 3 attributes of health, which is meditation, diet, and exercise. So when I recommend meditation, I'm not talking about a kumbaya. I'm talking about with yourself. Because if more people had kumbaya with they self, then we would get along better. And that doesn't mean that the earth isn't going to cleanse itself, which is like a single cell organism. That's what they compare it to. Yeah, it does. I agree with all that. But we could be a part of the process and not a victim of it too. And meditation is a navigational tool to go within yourself to what Jesus said. He said, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's talking about inside of you. On earth is the body, heaven is the mind. The mind of who? The mind of the universe, the mind of God, which is peace. There is absolutely no sound in space. Everything comes from nothingness. The atom is 99.9 to the 12th power of nothing, emptiness. And what the Black Buddha taught and what I teach is how to achieve that. So because Buddhism is the only so-called religion, which is not, it's a therapy, that helps you attain the goal of heaven on earth while you live. The only one that claims that, the only one that proven that. Because there's been thousands and millions of Buddhas over time. It's not a grand title, it's a state of mind. So when I talk about peace, I'm talking about within. I'm not talking about kumbaya. I'm talking about kumbaya with yourself. And you could be a force in nature. You could be the hurricane. You could be the lightning strike. That's what the Buddha was. And he's back.
I understand that, and everything you're saying is right and exact. But what I'm trying to say to you, my brother, is there was a time for all that. Time for death is coming now. Shut your door and go in your house.
I want to speak on that because to you, Buddha or the mind may be peace, but to me, that's the Holy Spirit through Christ Jesus.
Right, and that's fine.
That's how I find, because that's why I find my peace.
That's like Spanish and English. It doesn't even matter. It's the same stuff. You say Assalamu alaikum in Arabic, that means peace unto you. So it's the same thing to me. So I don't get caught up in that.
But then too, you have to think about these kids. Is that what do they want? What do they want? How does that like?
These kids want war.
Right, and so
because they don't have no peace, and I agree.
And the thing about it is, because like Brother Derek said, you can't go into the block and say, "Come on, let's meditate." That's not.
Yeah, but you can give them a therapy, like to breathe and play it for them. And I told y'all need to go play my song. I don't know if I could put a link in there.
I'll put it.
Yeah, please put the.
Right now, and it's time to be a part of that. You playing it?
Hey,
yeah, there you go.
Is your song on YouTube?
I'll send it to the group chat.
Send me to you.
Hey, send it to the group chat so we can play it.
There's solutions that work. We don't need no solution. We need all the solutions we could get to live in peace. I want to live in heaven now.
Peace is over with. Ain't no more peace. That's over with.
That's what I be saying. Only way.
Ain't no more peace, brother. That's over with.
Hey, Rock. I'm with you, brother. I understand. I believe in peace because
that's the time for that, man. That's over with.
Hey, listen. Forget what Derek and Azar Muhammad are talking about. Forget what Derek and Azar are talking about.
Number 8 once told me back in the 90s. He said, "Well, I had a question about the hereafter," and he was like, I said, bro, you know, they always, it's like we pump with a lot of fear about the destruction. Cause I was born in the nation, 1973. You know what I'm saying? My mom was prior to
first
75.
resurrection.
My
Okay.
mama and daddy was prior to 75. I grew up around Khalid and Minister Farrakhan and stuff. So I'm a baby from the nation. So I know the teachings. But Brother Delano Muhammad, the Secretary of Temple Number 8, when we had this conversation, he said, brother, the way I see it, is you live in heaven now and be ready to live tomorrow or ready to fight tomorrow. So don't think a brother ain't ready or getting ready for anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for it all, but I practice peace every day for my sanity, man.
Yes, sir. I understand, brother.
I can't be sitting worried
My
about
brother, everything you saying, brother, listen to me. Listen, brother. Everything you saying, you have a right to that. Everybody on the panel, hold it. And you're passionate about that. But what I am saying to you is reality. What we are looking at, the time in which we are in, the time, killing. That is the only thing. See, we don't like to talk about death, but death is inevitable. All of us are going to die. So what I'm saying is, dying is coming like you have never seen it before. I didn't make it up. It's right. Hold it, brother. Hold it.
I'm just saying what I'm doing in the meantime, in between time, and forever. That's what I'm going to do, regardless of all that.
Let me say something. Let me interject to this, because I see what's happening with us all the time. We should be able to agree to disagree to agree to disagree.
Right.
Now, first of all, I think both of the brother Muhammad's have a point. And I agree with Brother Azar Muhammad, and I agree with Brother Rock Muhammad. In reality, it's based on time on this planet. We're not going to escape this death thing. No, we're not getting rid of that. But at the same time, if you listen to what Brother Rock is telling you, you can find peace within yourself for those who understand that.
Yes,
during
sir.
this tribulational period.
And I concur. Everything you're saying, brother. Thank you. Listen, I got enough peace in me to know. Listen, man, when that ass whooping coming, that my mama said she gonna put on me. See, that's all I'm saying, brother. What you saying is absolutely truth, and brother, that's what you passionate about. But that ass whooping is coming. We have tried for so long, man. We had everybody to come to us that would give us peace, that would change our reality. We had Jesus to come. We had this one to come. We got Rock. We got this one. But hey, shut your damn door and go in and pray that you come out alive. Because I'm telling you, when the whooping comes, when it comes, brother,
it ain't for everybody.
It's coming. It might not be for you. It might not be for Derek. But you're gonna die like you never seen killing before. And when we come out, I bet your ass will sit down then. I bet you that.
I got a question.
Hey, can I give him a question? Just bum, brother. Just bum to you, Ava.
I have a question about the young kids, right? And we say, because I think somebody earlier said the parents, right? So, I've talked to some of the young boys as part of the, some of the games, and one young boy in particular had a conversation with me, and he told me straight up. He said, my mom raised me right. My family raised me right. He said, but I seen the young brothers on the streets, and I seen the dope boys with the chains and with the money, and I jumped off the porch. And so the mama tried her best to do right by the kids. So what do you do? Like, what do you do? And then they at an age where
what my mama did? She looked me and my brothers dead in our eyes and said, if I catch y'all out there with that shit, I'm calling the police on you.
Hey, yo, I swear.
Hey,
listen.
My mom did the same thing. Sit there and say,
Yeah.
that wasn't my kid, all the way up until the motherfuckers getting convicted. All the way up until they hearing the goddamn testimony what them little bastards did.
Queen, my mom did the same thing. My mom was in that same position by herself.
My mama had a room. You get fucked up where you fuck up at.
Azar and Derek, do y'all know each other?
No, but see, we all, man, we all have different ways in which we connect. Yes, sir.
Queen.
Mr. B.
My mom was in that same position you in, by herself. Two hard-headed ass little boys, and a little girl at on the back end. And I was exactly with what you presented. I raised right, but it was other things out there I thought I wanted and I needed to fit in, to keep up with the other guys. And I jumped out there too, like that same kid you was talking. I was that same guy. And I went out there and I did that, and I'm here now. Everybody don't make it to the other side of that. Like I went out there and I tried to see, and there's not a lot you can do. Experience. It get to a point where experience is gonna have to teach us.
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you,
unfortunately, since you by yourself, that's how it's gonna have to be for them. Experience is gonna have to be the other part of it. Well, not for you in particular. Not for you in particular. Not for you. Okay, we're gonna say not you in particular, but for moms like you, when dad not there, the streets become our, you know what I'm saying, become the other part that, and this experience, only experience is gonna teach them. Like I had to learn. It's either you learn. You know, you get two lessons. Either make you go harder or make you step away. And we get faced with different things. I've been shot and went to jail and been on other sides of that, everything. And eventually, some of us wake up.
Right.
I think it was my kids did it for me. My first son did it for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was that little guy that pulled me away from the street.
Right.
But everybody don't get it.
What's your name?
I'm SB.
Hey, Mr. SB. Do you remember when Hurricane Katrina came?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You remember what happened when that hurricane came? You remember how the people reacted?
She got tight
down for a little while, didn't it?
Yeah, she got tight.
For a little while, when the World Trade Center got hit, they sat down for a little while, right?
Yeah.
That was just minuscule. Now wait till an earthquake come from here to Seattle, Washington. You see trucks, trains, everything falling in it. Now you got an earthquake coming. Now you got a hurricane coming. Size, not a 5, the finger of God, but a 10.
So we're gonna be faced. So it's gonna end up happening. We're gonna be faced with the same thing we faced with again. We had to come together. Because it's gonna cost. You know what it's gonna cost. You know what all that costs. Once everything done failed, once everything done failed,
hold on, y'all, hold. Listen. One person, go ahead, please.
Yeah, once everything falls, we gotta come back together. We're gonna be faced with the same thing again.
Right. So
we gotta come together. The thing is about how do we come together? We're gonna keep getting faced with. We're gonna keep getting faced with different adversities. So what are we gonna do about it? Because they're gonna be different. We're gonna have to do the same thing.
Right. I might not be here, bro.
A different punch. It's gonna be a left this time. The next time it's gonna be a right.
So what I'm saying, SB, is this, and what you're saying, everybody on the panel, what you're actually saying is a puzzle on the table. But I just took and put the puzzle together and said, you know what? I'm deaf. I made it up in my mind. I'm at peace, brother. If I gotta go tonight, I can't do nothing about it. But I see it's something about death that makes everybody get quiet.
Yeah, for a second.
Only for a second. But when it happens for a long time,
what's the point?
When the earth is clear for a long time.
Brother Muhammad, if I could just intercede right quick. You made a point. You're saying about the hurricanes, the earthquakes, the tsunamis, and all that.
That's already here. It's already here.
That's big.
Not in totality, though. Not in the totality.
Hold on.
Because
I've been letting y'all talk.
But they ain't worried about us.
Look, all this, I get what y'all saying, all this natural disaster stuff, that's totally different from unnatural shit like these niggas picking up guns.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
We
synopsis.
done
That's
totally
the
got
synopsis.
off subject. No,
Yeah.
these babies
No.
is playing God and taking lives. Like we natural disasters we can't control. We can't control God's wrath or what's gonna come. We can't control that. That's something natural. But what's unnatural is our babies out here killing each other.
We're under attack. Black
But you
people
know what though? You know what though? Listen. You said
in
they're
every way,
naturally killing each other.
psychologically.
It used to take a lot to take a man's life. Now it takes nothing.
It's
It
nothing.
takes nothing. It can take you bumping a nigga out here now. They ready to knock you off.
Because you know
They
what?
can hear
Somebody
you
made
say
a
something
great
on
point.
Facebook and ready to kill you because of a damn thing on Facebook.
Hold on, bro. I listen to D.L. Hewley sometime in the morning, right? D.L. Hewley made a great point, and I wish I could say it verbatim what he said, but I'm gonna put it in my own words. He said what happened is because he was talking about all these shootings, how the black dude shot at the white guy who the ball rolled in the yard, the girl turned around in the driveway getting shot at, the boy going to her. He said, you know what's happening is that they giving everybody, and these legal guns, they giving everybody these damn guns, but they not teaching them when is the right situation to use them. They like, oh, I got this gun now. I'm cowboy, shoot them up, bang, bang. They acting off emotions and fear, and they not thinking, and they just doing stupid shit. When you got a gun in your hand, that feel like power, because I done held one in my hand.
Because
I say like you said,
but you gotta know, you gotta have the mental and the emotional ability to handle the damn gun, because you got a lot of cowards out here with guns.
And like I don't know about y'all, but I lost 2 kids. I lost 2 sons to the streets.
Yeah.
Oh,
they ain't gone. They dead. So I hold things very dear. And I don't know if y'all ever felt the way I know Maisha have, that call you get when you know the street done took your child and some coward did it.
When your child literally laying in the damn street. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's hard to sit back and be rational about things.
Because God forbid, if I had a gun right then, I probably would have been berserk up in Winston-Salem. But I got emotional stability. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about the consequences. Nobody thinks about the consequences. And I've said this before. I said this last week. Nobody thinks about once you pull that damn trigger, the consequences that come behind it. You pulling one bullet, there's goddamn 10 more damn dominoes falling behind you pulling that trigger. You got the family. You got the kids. You got, you know what I'm saying? Everything else is falling behind that. And that's the dynamics of what they not seeing. I don't know if they need to go and what was that show they used to put the damn make
Scared Straight
kids
oh no,
and put them in the casket. They used to make duplicates of their bodies and lay them in a damn casket. Do you know how the fuck that feel to see your damn flesh and blood laying in a casket and they cold? They ain't them no more. You know, the last video, the memory of I have of my son is laying on a gurney at Russell's funeral home before they embalmed him. That's the last memory I have of my baby. You know,
that's the last memories I have of my 2 sons.
Once you get put in that casket, that ain't you no more. They done filled you up with some liquid and they about to put you in the ground. You know what I'm saying? People need to see the harsh reality stuff. Like this, the shooting that just happened with the Freaknik. So many people was traumatized by that. I seen so many people posted, I ain't never seen a dead body. I ain't never seen nobody laying down, you know, on the ground like that. The girl damn fell right in front of, you know what I'm saying? Other people, it's fucking traumatizing. And like PTSD. Our youth are fucking, they have post-traumatic syndrome. We need therapy. We need medication. Yeah, said they need some type of mental stability. Their emotions everywhere. This is
I want to relax and breathe in a clinic. I teach at a clinic every day, and people, you know, meditation is unique because there's a lot of therapies out there, but the ones that they talk about out here where I'm at in Houston at the clinic, the clients love the relax and breathe. Because relax and breathe is dynamic, and it's the phrase itself is what they call a hypnotic induction. Because I'm also a certified hypnotist, so I've been practicing meditation. I wanted to come up with a way to help people in the clinic. Started in 2013. That's where it started, right here in Houston. And the people love it. But the relax and breathe phrase is what you call a hypnotic induction, because it starts the process of self hypnosis with a suggestion, because that's what hypnosis is. But then there's a meditation part that helps you to start the process of calming down. So relax means to relax your shoulders, hands, face, and your gut, because these are 4 areas of the stress response. Because what we're trying to do is elicit what's called the relaxation response versus fight or flight. Because most of the time, people are in flight or fright, or they're about 5 seconds away from it, because we get upset over inappropriately. We're like our nervous system is out of balance. So what meditation does is something like relax and breathe. So relax shoulders. Everybody do it. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Relax your face. And relax your gut. Just do it. Just try it. Just do that.
I meditate.
Okay, then let me give you the second part. Breathe means, and everybody should do this. Breathe in through your nose, out of your mouth, with your diaphragm. So if everybody just take 3 deep breaths with me, it ain't gonna hurt you. Through the nose, out the mouth with the diaphragm. Let's just all do it together real quick. In, put the air in your gut, hold it, and blow it out. Slow. All right, come on, let's do it again. In, with your gut, hold it, and blow it out slow. One more time. Everybody in. With your gut, put the air in your gut and blow it out.
I'm already relaxed.
I know, I'm super relaxed.
Look at all the tough guys. They're not doing it. Look at
Man, I'm already at peace, man. My brother's exactly right. I'm already at peace.
Yeah, right.
I'm at peace.
Bro, that's nice. But no, for real, relax and breathe is an action solution. It's a solution of action. And
I just need to figure out how we gonna get these youngins in a collective to do that.
If we get Kodak Black to say he meditate, and if we get young Lil Durk to say he meditate, and if we get the city girls to say they meditate,
So let's deal with the real problems and some of the real solutions.
That is a real problem.
I'm saying we need, like I've been telling folks, man, as long as they got theme music to this madness, it's gonna continue.
And that's what I got. I got a theme song to the goodness. Okay, they got a theme song to the madness, and I got a theme song to the goodness. Y'all go play my song.
When the last time you ever heard a positive song get airway on a rap station? Never. You don't.
Well, there's other ways these days. It ain't like the old days.
It depends on what stations you listening to.
I said rap stations, the stations they're listening to. They're not listening to WDLS like I'm listening to.
Right. See,
they're not listening to motherfucking Tom Morton,
Tom Morton show. I ain't listening to it.
The thing about
I can't even listen to rap, but I used to make some of the most gangster shit that you could say.
Right now, we preaching to the choir, but
you're right.
We need some of these babies on there. Like, where my daughter go?
The right music.
She need to chime in, because we need her. We need these youth like my daughter, like these people her age. Because I'm telling you, they swear that we don't understand. That's what they tell me. You know what I'm saying? I talk to these babies. A lot of them call me mama. You know what I'm saying? So they don't think we understand.
And you know what? And you gotta listen. You have to listen to that. You gotta listen to that, because why? You don't understand, because we didn't grow up in this shit.
Damn,
we didn't grow up ducking bullets, being scared to go to school. We wasn't scared to go to sit on the porch. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go through that. So
I'm finna see one of my youngest.
Hold on real fast. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I heard. I went and listened to rock song, and I heard that deep beat. Relax and breathe. That shit, galactic. Man, that shit was out. Hold on. Let me finish. When I'm trying to listen to him, I'm chiming into you, and all I hear is We need to play his fucking song because all y'all doing is talking over each other. Damn. Hey, Rock, that song is the truth, brother.
That's what people do when they get passionate, bro.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Listen.
Right,
Rock,
right.
you and Derek need to hook up and do a track, man. Hey, can we let our brother Joe Horton come in?
Punch. We need some
Listen. I swear to God, I was listening to his beat. Right, y'all need to listen to it. It starts out slow and he starts spitting. Right, I can tell it's him by his voice. Right, and I'm listening to that, and the other earphone I hear, like I'm for real. Joe Horton, come on in. You've been so patient. I've never known Iceman to be patient.
Man, look.
Don't been sleep.
Look, Derek, what up, man? I love you. I love y'all. Sean, you already know we down like 4 flats on the Cadillac. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Ladies, always good to see you. Now, we sat here and I listened. And Derek asked me, excuse me, Sean said he ain't never heard me be this quiet. The reason I've been this quiet is, let me show y'all. You see this right there?
Got the babies, yes.
See that right there?
Hi, babies.
Those are mine.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
And I feel for everybody that's lost somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not getting ready to lose them.
Mm-hmm.
See, my children were involved in that in over there at that Mount Tabor shooting.
What?
Finalists too.
You know, I had one was home because he hurt himself playing football, and the other one
is that Rhonda?
Big boy.
That's Rhonda.
This boy about 6.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen my sister in years.
No,
She up in Philly doing it big. Okay, I'm sorry.
And she went one of those that was, one of the last people to see this dude while he was alive, while Will was there. I watched what children went through. I'm waking up 2:00 in the morning, and I'm hearing doors open and close, and I look, and I got one in the bedroom. They share a bedroom. I got one on the foot of the bed, looking like he's lost, and I got my other son on the porch, sitting on the porch in tears. There's no way that we sitting here talking about what the youth is going through and everything else. Everybody wants to talk about the music. Music is the most unbiased form of communication there is. When these children listen to these songs and the parents aren't parenting, they're not telling them, no, you don't need to listen to this. This is false. This is not something that's happening. 90% of these rappers that are out there, and Sean can tell you this, Derek can tell you this, I done been around so many of them, it's crazy. I done sat around some of them that act hard as crap, and when you get them behind closed doors, hey man, did you go to church Sunday? Because all it is to sell records and to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold that thought real fast. We have a young lady that's behind in can somebody, I want to give Brother Gregory a chance to speak. Can somebody drop off? 2 people drop off and come right back in.
I'll drop off. I'll drop off
too because I'm at work.
Okay, so, come right back in. I want to let Swandella, where'd you go, sister? I'm gonna let Brother Gregory. Joe, after you finish your thought, I'm gonna let Mr. Gregory go. Okay.
All right. See, the main thing, man, is I've been out here. I've been like Derek. I've been in the streets. I've done my dirt. I'm not innocent. I've grown. I'm 51 years old. I'll be 52 in a month. And I sit here and I watch these kids run around with no type of respect. I deal with them every day at the barbershop, telling their parents, shut up, I don't want this. Parents telling me, well, I don't know how to deal with him. I'm worried that he's going to do something to me or something else.
Damn.
See, the problem is when you have people running around like Derek, our age, Sean, our age, we had it to the point if I did something down the street and was on my way home and Miss Jackson saw Miss Jackson was going to put a foot in my ass and tell me that mama was going to get me when I got to the house. When I got to the house, mama was going to put a foot in my ass. And then if my daddy wasn't at the house, she was getting ready to call daddy. When he got there, I was getting a foot in my ass. And 2 months later, when I came to North Carolina to see my grandparents, that's what they was going to do. They was going to put a foot in my ass because I did it.
I say this out of that's the village.
We got kids running around here thinking they run something. They going to come in and tell me what they going to do. Oh, I'm going here. You going where? People look at me like I'm crazy. People tell me all the time, why you tell kids like that? Because I'm quick to tell my kids, I got 167 and 161. And you honestly believe that I'm going to sit there and talk to them nicely? No, I'm going to knock your teeth down your throat.
Uh-huh.
As
You
you
respect
should.
me, you're gonna respect the elders around you. Because if you don't, I'm gonna show you how it's done. And all these people running around, you got babies having babies, and the kids running around talking about, oh, well, I did this. And yeah, man, I had to fight for respect, and I had to do this. They don't understand these kids out here have no empathy. They don't have any moral value. They don't have that, oh, that's, man, I just bust him. He dead. No, they don't. Oh, guess what? I just shot up somebody's house on this side. That's funny. And they think that it's props, that they getting something. Come behind the walls where I was. I'll show you what it's like. I'll show you what it's like to really deal with somebody. I know Punch. Punch has known me for years. I never had a problem with throwing my hands on somebody. I never had a problem with it. But you get older. Now I look at my kids and I have to stop and talk to him because that one right there, that's being reincarnated. So I turn around and look at him every time when they get ready to go somewhere. Hey, man, do this. Watch this. I had him go to a party Saturday night, partying and at 2 o'clock. I got to be to work the next morning at 9:30. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm still up. Why am I still up?
My daughter said there's no more respect.
Right. Why do I have to worry about letting my children go to the bowling alley or even to the mall? Why do I have to go to work every day in the mall and have a pistol with me because kids and people running up in there shooting for no reason? I went to the mall to try to pick up a female. I went to go get me some shoes and try to get me a girl. These kids running in there trying to figure out how they can get a different status. And everybody's sitting talking about, oh, well, this is what we can do. We can go over here and talk to them. No, I agree with what Derek said. I agree with what Azar said. I agree with what Rock said. But I'm taking it to a different level. What needs to happen is there needs to be a strong arm put on these kids. They need to have the fear of God put them in again to the point that they understand that it's not going to stand. But there's too many of us walking around. And I'm not talking about anybody on this panel right now, but there's too many of us that walk around. We talk a bunch of shit, but when it comes down to it, we don't want to sit and jump in their damn face and tell them what it is. Well, I tell you, ICE is the right one because you jump in my face. Anybody do anything towards one of my children, and I promise you, I'm gonna set the tray from so far on fire that every little nigga in every hood around here gonna fear the fear of God. They gonna think that the end of the world was coming because I'm coming for everybody. Because these little bastards need to know their damn place. They run around. Talking about some, I'm grown. I'll beat your grown little ass then.
You know where it comes from? It comes from because I'm 36 and I got 5 kids, and my 8-year-old is going down the path that I've been down and that my mom tried to prevent me from going down, and I just wanted to be hard-headed. But it comes from DHS telling us how and what we could do with our kids. Because I'm telling you, when I was growing up, it wasn't no calling DHS on your mom because she beat you, because you did something out of order. It was, that's what you got. My generation of parents coming up, we beat our kids. They call them people. Now I got a whole case. Now I got to be in front of the judge telling him why I whooped his ass. Now you looking at me like, oh, mom, why you couldn't just talk to him? I've been talking to him. I just called the cops for my son because he's 8, right? He sneak out. He's doing all types of shit. When I tell you I whoop his ass anywhere, in the school, in the principal office, anywhere I catch that little motherfucker, I'm whooping his ass. You know what they tell me? Oh, you can't beat him like that, mom. Oh, you can't do that. So I tell him,
that's when you pack his shit up and send him to him. That's when you pack his shit up and send him to him.
You want me to wait till he get 15 when it's going to be really out of my control, and then you looking at me like, well, where's mom? Mom been here all along, but I ain't got no backup.
That's a great point you just made. That's a great point you just made. That's some real shit you just said.
Hey Joe, let's let Gregory. Let's let this gentleman come on in. Gregory, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. Good evening. How y'all doing?
How you doing, brother Greg?
What are your thoughts?
I'm doing fine. I was invited by Brother Sir Muhammad, and fortunately, gun violence hasn't affected me personally on a immediate family level, but I do think it's a severe problem in our community that we need to address and try to find a way to stop it, at least curb it, slow it down. So I'm just more or less sitting back listening because I really don't have, like say, any experience with that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I will say this. I was raised on a farm. I got my first firearm at 12 years old, a 12 gauge single shot shotgun. And I've got 4 children, and I never tried to hide a firearm from them. Matter of fact, I trained them in the proper use of firearms, even though, I had mother-in-laws and daughters-in-laws that was against it because I was working with my grandchildren too. Matter of fact, I got a 10-year-old grandchild that's into archery, and he's very good for his age. Because I'm also into art. I hunt bow and arrow, and so I started training him with that. But that wasn't the case when I was coming up. And if there was a gun around, since it was kept for me, I wanted to see it. It was exciting to me. But that's why, since it was kept from me, that's why I had a fixation and love and excitement for a gun. So I exposed that to my children early. And really, none of them want anything to do with a gun. But I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Rhonda.
Thank you for having me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Rhonda, what you got to say, sis? You and I, listen, there's only so much I can say on this, but me, Punch, and Rhonda. Let me see the pretty young lady sitting beside Punch?
My babe.
I know she's bright and I'm red, whatever. That's my sister. I'm telling you, listen. Me and this sister, can I share it? And Punch, one night, we were at the nitty gritty and these fools kicked through the glass, started shooting, right? And we were all piled on Kenny cocaine. He was about 130 pounds. And Rhonda had her foot on the door. I had her foot on the door. I think Punch, you were out with the other guys.
No,
now, listen.
My back was on the door.
It was terrible.
Y'all pulled me down.
We pulled you what?
Y'all pulled me down to get my back away from the door because we heard the gunshots.
First time in my life, she said, "Should I call the police?" I said, "Yes." Right? Follow me on this. Because I couldn't get to my you-know-what in the car. Dumb move, right? So we all squishing Kenny, but Kenny didn't care. Bullets are flying. The cops put their sirens on. They come. They keep going, and the shooting goes on. Now, this is where we say guns depending on whose hands it is. The young man, they shoot through the glass. He comes in. He starts shooting at people. One of our security throws his hands up. Our trained security guard comes and dumps him in the head twice. He dies on the scene, right? So this guy was opening fire into the crowd, right? And so I told people I had a 2 to 6. So after that, we were going to the Sugar Bears. Remember, Punch, when we had the Sugar Bears?
The Sugar Bears.
And you remember the white military guys I hired with the ARs and all that? Deacon. I said, Deacon. He said, Deacon said, man, I heard you had a shooting down there. I said, yes. He said, who died, good guy or bad guy? But me, I was spiritually messed up because this young man just got his whole head taken off, right? And Deacon, I said, well, one of the guys, he said, oh, so the bad guy, let's go on, have a good night. You see the military mind of Deacon? The bad guy got killed, right? But had it not been for our brother, I don't want to say his name on, he was trained security, more people probably would have been dead.
Yeah, they would have. They definitely would have. They definitely would have. And the position that I was in, because I was so scared, like I didn't know if I was, the reason why you made me get on the floor, I was trying to leave. And I just didn't know what to do. So I'm trying to get out the door and he was like, no, get down. So had my back still been on that door, we had to step over him when we walked out that little room.
What about Punch saving Chardell at the other 2 to 6? Us three can write a goddamn book about the shootings in Winston-Salem.
Definitely
motherfucking pussy ass motherfuckers that don't want to fight us.
That was on Main Street.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, right?
They didn't grow up fighting, man. They ain't gonna fight you, man. I had a cousin that died when he was 12 years old hunting, and a dude shot him. I had 2 second cousins that got killed from gun violence, man. They're not gonna fight you, man. They don't know how to fight. Listen,
They're like
everything that's happening right
They
now,
are
everything that's happening
scared.
right now, man, is
Kenya!
the people who
They
control
scared.
the social media, control the radio, they want it just like it is.
Can I
If they
can I
want to clean this shit up, they
Hey,
can clean it up.
Maisha, you got to introduce our sister, man.
yes,
That's my sister.
this
That's my
lady,
sister from WSSU.
this is
East
my
Queens.
best.
Good to see
We've
you,
been best friends since elementary school. Okay.
man. That's
Okay.
family right there. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I've done some Miss Kenya down at the bottom here, Miss Kenya Smith, but I've done some works with her like up here because she lives in Philly now.
Man, all my Philly family. I'm gonna move up there part time.
Right, you need to come on.
Yeah.
But look, and it's Swandella from Philly, but she moved to North Carolina.
I got out of there.
2 to 6 up in Philly. No, I'm
Right,
joking.
but listen, let me say this real quick.
Crazy, it's crazy.
I don't even go in bars or clubs, bro.
I'm on a live on Facebook, so a lot of people are commenting on the live. But my daughter just said something that she wanted me to say. She said that the real issues is the drugs these kids take and these pills, the fact that most of these kids have mental issues that are overlooked from their parents. And we spoke about that earlier too. You know what I'm saying? It's because this is a drug generation. That people did coke back in the 70s and 80s and all that, but they on ecstasy, Molly's, pills, all type of stuff that they don't even know what they're taking.
They got them just like they want them, so they can't think and they can do what the hell they want with them.
Let's let Miss
Listen,
Kenya
y'all
come in
can
and
come
drop
up
some
here.
jewels.
I love my girl because she's amazing. Okay.
You can come up here to Philly, and we can take you to Kensington,
I
and
worked
you will
there.
see.
Yeah,
You will see
Zombie land.
rock bottom drug use.
Zombie
And
Let
you
her
will see
tell
it.
you. She
So
worked
I
at Brown
worked in
Elementary.
Kensington.
Let her tell you about
I
this.
worked in Kensington at H.A. Brown Elementary. And I also taught in North Carolina. So coming from there and seeing the difference, it's not even just the drugs. The teachers are unionized, which I had never experienced. I will just be honest and say I have never met teachers who really just didn't care like the ones here. It's like I get to clock out at 2:54 and at 2:54 I am gone. I got locked in the building twice because I was new. I didn't know in North Carolina we stay. We're there. We stay till 4 or 5 o'clock. And then also you have these kids who are being raised by parents who also have drug problems. Our school had a rule where you couldn't send a report card home unless you met with a parent, whether it was virtual or in person. Out of all my students, everybody's parents have to sign up. You have to send the letter, the sign-in sheet to the principal. Everybody signed up. Do you know how many parents showed up?
None.
0.
Mm-hmm.
0.
Mm-hmm.
Not one parent cared who was teaching their kid, and my students had autism. Not one parent cared that I came in new in October. Not one parent I sent out, hey, do you want to meet me? I speak Spanish. A lot of those kids speak Spanish. I'm like, hey, I can speak with you in your language. They still didn't come. So it's not even just the kids. It's not even just this generation. It's who's raising them. I mean, I walked outside every day and there were bags. The kids couldn't play outside. There's bags, needles. What are they going to do?
That's why
Brother Houston, go ahead.
I wanted to go back and speak to something Swandella said earlier about discipline. I don't know what state you're in, Swandella, but
I'm from Philadelphia, but I just moved to North Carolina.
Okay, well, check the laws in your state, because here in Texas, it's believed nationwide that you can't whoop your kids, but here in Texas, as long as you from the buttocks on down, you can whoop your child, and they don't want you to hit them in the back because they don't want you damaging any of their organs. But other than that, from the buttocks on down. So
but when you got a child that you're beating and they all over the place, kicking and all over the place, you're going to get hit places that you're not supposed to be hit. That's true. Because you're doing the most. You're not just letting me beat you. I just beat all 3 of my kids earlier. I'm telling them over.
Had them on the wall like this.
Stop. I made them stand in the hallway with their arms up for an hour and a half. The minute I said, go ahead in your room and play. Boom, 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 boom. Nails like a tornado hit this joint. I just cleaned up. So I'm frustrated now. So everybody
You need to talk to Brother Muhammad about that meditation. Brother Muhammad, you need to give her and show her how to get them kids to meditate.
I try it. I put the meditation music on the TV. They laughing at me. They making jokes. They making faces. I got cameras and everywhere in my house, even the bathroom. My son tell me, you don't give us no privacy. It's a camera in the bathroom. I gotta see you everywhere you're at in there. Because I can't trust you.
Sister Swandella, no disrespect. Like you look like you can handle your business. You pretty tough.
Oh, she can handle hers, but she never
These kids.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'm looking
money.
at the sister, and I can tell by her energy that she can handle herself.
That's my rock. Like I'm from North Carolina and Philly, but that right there, like she was.
Philly is in the house. Houston's in the house.
Something go down, I knew I could call her. You know what I'm saying?
In the house.
My wife, I love her.
Like I took them out of Philly because I lived in Kensington and Allegheny. I lived there every day. We walking over needles. I'm waking niggas up off my step. Get the fuck up. Yeah. They see it. So when I brought them down here, I'm like, listen, I left my whole fucking life back home for y'all. Y'all gonna act the fuck right because I could have stayed home. I could survive in the trenches. Y'all ain't built for it. And I ain't gonna let the streets take my sons. But then I come down here and it's a whole different ball game. This gang is real out here. My son, 8 years old, he come from school with a red bandana on. I want to know who the fuck gave it to you.
So you acknowledge
who gave it to my son?
You acknowledge that even in North Carolina, I'm sorry. I
ain't got nobody out here. It's just me and my kids. But I'm gonna stand 10 toes. Y'all not about to. I took him from that situation so he couldn't be dragged into the streets. Not to come down here and tell me, you about to gang bang. I'll kill you before the streets do. And I told him I'll take him out before I let anybody else do something to him.
Hey, really? North Carolina's not the South ain't like it used to be. The South is wild.
They really do got gangs. They really do.
All by design.
They had a pool party. They had a pool party over the weekend. They had a pool party last weekend. 5 kids. I was in the market when I heard the shots go off. I knew them babies got hit. A little girl that I just watched when I walked in the market shot in her head. How they can't be at the pool party. And I'm like, for all this, I could have stayed home. If I got me ducking bullets down here, I could have stayed home.
You down in the
I'm in Goldsboro.
The country.
Yep, and it's crazy. By the time the police get here, the shooter's gone, the body on the ground, they picking it up. Because we in the middle of nowhere.
Swandella. Hey, Sister Swandella.
Yes.
Hey, check this out. You know, everybody on here, man, calling for a solution. They call and say, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? See, this was happening. All of the people who causing this shit, they sitting back listening. And then when they send the National Guard into all of these cities, which they're planning at this very moment, to send the National Guard in, they're going to wipe our ass out. And you know what they're going to say? You told us to do
it. Yep.
Right. Because guess what? Because we don't know. This is what's happening. These people are going out, white supremacists as tall as a 3-foot midget. I mean, a dwarf. I'm sorry. Be politically correct. It's going out. And the people who are in power saying, I'll be damned, I'm going to throw everything I can at you. And I'm sending the National Guard in Chicago first. Yeah. They're going to kill us outright.
And, you know, I try to talk to the kids.
That's what's coming.
I try to talk to them in my language because I'm 36, but I still could relate to them in certain areas because I did half the shit they doing. We just wasn't disrespectful as these kids are. I seen the elder put me in my place. I might have mumbled something under my breath, but they would have never heard me be disrespectful because I got to worry about my grandmom and my uncle, and then their girlfriends coming when they come over to play cards. Everybody on my ass because Miss Kim told them I was being disrespectful 4 days ago.
It's the parents now that's just allowing a lot of stuff to just go on. A lot of parents don't care and they think that shit cute, and it's not.
And it's too because I had my son, like I said before, I had my son at 17. I was pregnant at 16, but my son wasn't raised like I was no 16, 17 year old. Right. You know what I'm saying? We had, like you said, we had enough respect, morals, and values for our elders that we didn't act the fools out in public and do that stuff. If they had social media when we was coming up, oh boy, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it is crazy because
I don't even think that it would have been bad, like if we had social media back then, because of how we were brought up.
I would have had this
Even
damn
though we
kid.
had respect,
I
I think it
would have been got caught.
Hey, I just sent a group picture in the chat, man. This is a good looking group right here.
Look.
It's more so of.
Because
I believe that the kids nowadays they don't fear their parents.
They
Not
don't.
scared.
They don't.
They're not
They
scared.
don't.
It's like tell my
They don't
mom.
even fear us as adults.
I watch these kids out here every day, and they.
Yeah, they don't even fear us as adults. Whenever I see a group of kids that is out like in this inner city, whenever I see a group of kids, I turn the other way. If I gotta get gas, I go to the next gas station.
So they're gonna be disrespectful.
These kids jumping people on the trains. They, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no respect.
They got ski masks on. I mean, and they don't care.
Girl, my best friend was just saying they was pushing old people in the harbor in Baltimore.
They beat a 73-year-old man to damn death up here. A 14, 10, and 8-year-old.
Look, girl. There was some girls who did that shit.
And they trying them as an adult. They sure are. A 12-year-old, 13-year-old just killed a 20-year-old, stood over him and shot him. What? If they had social media, what is it in their minds? I don't get
All I'm gonna say is, let now one of my children and anybody on this platform, my kids, if y'all know my children, or if y'all get a whiff of my children doing anything, let me know, and I'm gonna get in their ass.
But that's one thing I can say about my kids. Like my daughter, she a whole different breed, but they respectful. My son, anybody that ever said anything to me about my son, regardless of the street life he lived with, they always said, "Yo, Jalen had the most respect." Like he would call yes ma'am, no ma'am. That's how I raised them because that's how I was. I know what I did was right. What they did when they get grown and they catch the other corner, that's not me. I know what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. So it's about rearing that time. The 2 hours goes by so fast. We can drag it on.
It's 10 o'clock.
I know. But listen, we're gonna have a part 3 next week. But after that, we interviewing the strippers. We finally got them on deck. And when I tell you, if you're afraid of titties and ass, don't show up.
Well, them guys,
I ain't gonna be on that one.
Oh, punch. We seen enough in our time.
Man, we don't need no commentary from you, brother. We understand.
Can you teach pole classes?
Come on back for commentary, Derek.
Pole classes, much up to strippers. They crafted.
We need to be a judge because she do all that.
Kenya, what do you do, sister?
I teach pole classes.
Could you give us a sample? You got a pole back there?
It's always you, Khalil. Stop.
Hey man, wait till next week, man. Don't let it yet. Wait till next week, baby. Let's end this one out. Let us get a feel together.
Sister Rhonda.
Don't interrupt it yet, bro.
Hey, Sister Rhonda.
Khalil ready already. Like, let us see something.
Listen. Hey, but listen, the sister and I know Rhonda. We know each other before you and I met. She and I were at Winston State.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You remember that? Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
When I was skinny and I used to think it was John B. back in the day. You remember? Oh man.
Not John B.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, man.
That song. I'm
Thank you,
definitely
bro.
listen to it on my way home.
I'm gonna listen to that song.
Yeah, listen to the song. It's a solution. Relax and breathe. The meditation practice is the solution. The only way it can get to our people is if we share it. We got to share something good. If we got something good in our midst, we should share it.
Bring good news.
You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
hey, Rock, I want to bring you back on the show when there's only like 3 or 4 people because I want to give you like 30 to 45 minutes to really delve into what you teach. And I want one of those shirts. And like my brother Warren Houston said, we need something for the fellas that got a little meat on us. Azar's in such good shape. Yeah, so how do we get a 3X from you, brother?
It's gonna be all over.
I don't have any shirts yet, but I'm on the line with you guys building my website while we're talking. So I'm building my website. So I'm gonna give y'all the website when I'm done with it. I'm gonna post. You guys need to go follow me on Facebook. Everything I'll be doing, I put a lot of stuff on Facebook, on Instagram. My name is Rock Muhammad. You can see my name on the screen. ROCKMUHAMMAD.
I'm gonna send you a request.
So you guys could see what I'm doing because I'm really serious about this solution. And the only way that we can get it to our babies is if we share it. I got videos, I got YouTube channel, the Relax and Breathe Meditation Center. It's a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? I'm building the website so people will be able to donate and stuff. But I have 2 meditation styles I created. I have Relax and Breathe, and I also have Steady Hand Meditation. And so steady hand meditation, I got some video. If you Google steady hand meditation, first thing popped up because it didn't exist for thousands of years until Rock Muhammad created it through years of practice. These things come up. You start to find stuff on the path nobody saw before because they were doing other types of mudras. It's actually the first mudra in thousands of years. So you guys need to check your boy out. I'm trying to really do some powerful things with our people, but we got to participate to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's there though.
Brother Rock Muhammad, it was a pleasure. We thank you. We'll stay in touch. We'd love to get you back on the show. You have a blessed evening.
You too. Thank you, everybody. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Hyde County Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough agrees law enforcement officers should be paid more.
You're talking about men and women who we want a high value from them, but we're paying them at a low value. We always want to divert to, well, it's a morale issue or it's this issue. But it takes money to do those things. I don't know of any Fortune 500 company that is cutting corners when they talk about salaries and money.
Violence in our communities, what can we do to stop it? Part 2, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Okay, that was the sheriff, man. What are your thoughts, man? He says we need more police, we need more money. Go ahead,
Ain't no
Kenya.
money gonna solve it.
Go ahead, Kenya. I see it. Go
problem.
ahead, Kenya. I see it. Hey, we got Jose on here. Jose, show your face, man. This is about the time that we usually get hit with the little dicks.
Hey, come on, man. Don't let him come hit me now. I can't take it.
No, listen, they got to show their faces because, Jose, show us who you are, brother. Like my show, you got to be cammed up. You got to be cammed up.
If he ain't got no cam, he can't come on.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Sister Kenya. We'll wait on Jose to show his face.
You know, was that Winston-Salem, Sheriff?
Yeah, that was Bobby Kimbrough. Yeah.
You know, I've had so many dealings with my family with the Winston-Salem Police Department. I had a cousin his car was pulled out of Winston Lake last year. He was missing for 16 years.
Golly.
Car was right around the corner from our grandmother's house where he lived. They swore they had drained that lake, everything. The car wasn't even far. I also have his brother who has been incarcerated now. We're actually working on getting him out. He's been incarcerated for 23 years. Let me tell you what he did when he was 16. He didn't have a license. He rode with somebody to pick up some weed, just a little dime bag. And that person decided to rob the dealer. My cousin got 66 years, even though he took off running. He was scared. They got the same time. The dealer, of course, you know, the bullet grazed him. He was paralyzed. He continued to be a dealer, continued to have, you know, gun violence issues. Then he gets killed by his girlfriend. She does about 4 years. So I look at the Winston-Salem Police Department and I just don't know if more of them is the answer. I've watched them completely tear apart my family. I've watched my aunt, 2 sons lose both of them. You know, one who could have been found in the beginning and one who still shouldn't. I mean, he shouldn't be still in jail. It's been 23 years. It was a dime bag. Anybody could have been riding with the wrong person. I mean, the witnesses even testified that he wasn't the shooter. So when I look at all of these things and other experiences, you know, experiences on campus, experiences around campus, I don't know if more of the Winston-Salem police is the answer. I think setting programs in place so that these kids have something to do, that these kids can build skills, that these kids, first of all, North Carolina has set these rules into place where, first grade, they determine what path your kid is going on, whether they're going to get just a certificate when they finish high school or an actual diploma. So you're literally telling these kids at 6 years old, you probably ain't going to be nothing. So we just going to put you on this course track. That's what needs to stop. We need better programs for them. We need Better outreach for them. We need better educators who actually care. We need to have more support in the schools because there are more kids dealing with more issues with mental health, more issues with mental health that cause behavior problems. But all of those kids don't need to be in a special ed classroom. I was big on saying, no, this is not a special ed kid. This is a kid who's having a little bit of behavior, probably because of some things that we need to look around and see, okay, what happens around this behavior? So if we they get more police, you got more teachers calling police, you got more kids going to jail. I'm just not quite here for it.
To give a fair shake, that's Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough. He's over the sheriff department,
right?
And he has 7 sons, right, that have went through the Forsyth County schools, right, and one or two is still in there. Let me tell you how real this brother is. Now, he's the type of guy, if we reached out to him, he'd come on our show, right? He is approachable.
Yeah.
But, recently I think he left a town hall meeting. I hate to say town hall because the school folks were blaming the sheriffs, right? I'm at a point now that I've always been against the police growing up. Like when NWA came out with fuck the police, I hated the police, right? As you get older, you understand there has to be law and order. We have to hold the police to, there has to be accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, sometimes by the time those babies or those youngsters get to the school, there's not much the police can do, right? So, Sister Kenya, you remind me when I'm listening to you, my own personal story. There was a lady named Debbie Pyatt that came into my life. I was 3rd grade. I was poor. I was in trouble. And they wanted to send me on that path, right? And she came into my life and defended me. And Maisha, there's 2 Maishas. Go ahead, Maisha.
It's to me. No, the laptop went dead.
Okay, cool. I got you.
Look here, I don't mean to cut anybody off.
No, please.
I'd like to thank Brother Muhammad for inviting me on. And
come on back, brother. Anytime.
Invite me back. Yeah, I'd love to dip in. I talk more. I'm listening to you now, but I'm like Brother Muhammad on a sense. It may be too late for that. I used to talk in terms of politics because one thing I can tell you about Black folks, we have been voting against our own interests for years.
Right.
And because we don't understand politics, then we've made that mistake. Now, I don't know if it may be too late to turn that ship around, but if y'all want to know how we did it, I can definitely come back and tell you how we did it. But I really enjoyed tonight. And like I say, I'd love to come back. And
please do, brother.
Okay.
Please do.
Thank you so much, man. You added so much to the show. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Come on back.
Thank you. Okay, y'all have a good night.
You have a good evening.
Brother Khalil.
Yes, sir.
Before I go off, man, and get my rest, and Sister Maisha.
Yes.
I want the sister right here say some very important things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, you want money, but if you go out and you go into the community and you set up programs and do the work, hell, the people will give you the money. But we ain't giving you no damn money so you can say you just go get money and take us to jail, the poor people. He poor, black, white, all kinds of people. Man, listen, this damn color ain't got nothing to do with no damn racism. It's about racism means who controls the resources. Mm-hmm. That's what racism means. Whoever got the resource money. Now, Mr. Bobby Kimbrough, what side of town do you live on, sir? How often do you got enough people who patrol the streets down there and get to know the people, walk in the beat, get out the damn car? You got to have the program like the sister saying.
Walk in the beat. Walk in the beat.
Get out of school, man.
Yeah, there needs to be.
Why don't police walk the beat anymore?
Because they don't give a damn. Police get their instructions from the politicians. That's who control the police. The politicians.
Which one, Maisha? Which one?
I know. I'm trying to get
the politicians control the police, brother. And we don't live in communities. We live in neighborhoods. We don't own shit. We don't control nothing. All thing we do is pay money and go to jail.
Hey, Muhammad, before you go, we should close the show out. Let everybody say they're closing because, I think next time we'll come with solutions. But I hate to say I'm excited to talk to the strippers.
Nigga.
I want to know
No, because their story is so profound, man.
But you know what I think that you should do, and I think that you should definitely dedicate a panel or a cast to more of the youth, more of the young people.
Listen, it's crazy
If
you
I
said
can
that.
gravitate them in, would
Listen.
you be willing to put them
Bring
on?
the
Yes,
gang
listen,
bangers in here.
listen.
Yeah.
I got two of them on deck right now, and one of them is doing the most shit in the city. So, yeah, and
Our
he
people
like,
need
but
to-
he,
you
but he,
need
but
to
he
hear
tells me, he says, "OG, I love you, but I love war." And I said, that's let's talk about that another day.
He don't want to go to war. He don't want to go to Iraq, no Afghanistan. He bullshit.
See, let me tell you what's crazy. This is the mercy of Allah, right?
Mhm.
So here this young warrior come down with this pink truck, riding through all the gangsters, getting ready to run him over. He see me, stop. He said, "Oh, Khalil, that's you? What's up?" And he look at all the other gangsters like, I ain't got no. So that was humbling because he and I have a relationship like that. And he knew my past. We get him on the show. I'm without saying any names, man. He's the one that got every chain back for every rapper that ever got stolen when they came to North Carolina. Do I need to say his name? Let's get him on the show. Let's get him on the show. And he's not. Listen, I thought at one time maybe he's weak, maybe he's scared. He's a wild bull. He just needs direction, not to kill his own people. He's targeting the wrong people. Does that mean? I mean, not saying you should have violence, period, but I'm saying, wow.
I love y'all, man. Good night. I love y'all.
Hold
Good
on,
night.
give us your closing, man. You got to give us your
My closing is,
Right.
man, the sister gave my closing, took all my words out of my mouth. Hey, man, until we could develop some programs and going into community. You want some money? Hell, everybody needs some money. Hell, shit, you gonna get some money? Give everybody some damn money. The teachers first. Hell, you gonna get some money, and the teacher teaching the students don't get no money. You advocating for people to get money. No, we ain't giving you a damn cent. In fact, we're gonna cut your damn check until you do some damn work. That's my close.
Close.
Dang, that brother. Hey, listen, he don't say much, but when he does, he says a lot. Damn, Muhammad, I love you, Azar Muhammad.
I love you more. Cut that damn check. You ain't
Cut
getting
that
shit.
check. Hey, y'all, check out Azar Muhammad on this show, but we have his own show in the
Somebody
making.
named Jose. Who is Jose?
We're waiting for Jose. Where is he?
Oh, Jose was waiting on his camera.
No,
Oh.
well, Jose.
Jose,
can't-
you
listen,
might gotta wait the next week, baby.
where's Jose at? We were waiting for the camera.
No. But I think that I really do think that. I think you should have more young people.
Of course.
Because
We got a whole bunch of old folks just talking like this.
we all saying the same thing. You know, we in agreement to what it is and how we was coming up, but it ain't the same.
Sometimes you gotta okay, let me say this. And for the young brothers that know me, the young warriors that are involved in this, I pray for your soul. I take a little bit of punch, Azar Muhammad. There's a time for war, and I take a lot of what Rock says. Rock is a warrior. Couldn't you read his spirit? You can read it, right?
I follow him, yeah.
Yeah, Rock was, and his song "Relax and Breathe" is dope, right? So, but sometimes you have to knock the head off. What I mean by that, there has to be, like God does, there has to be warning. But if children or babies or men are out here terrorizing the community, then if the police don't do it, eventually the righteous men will do it, and women, I hope. And I'm not advocating for violence, but damn, when you shooting babies. And another thing I wanted to say, and I'll save it for next week. It's so controversial, and it's two black sisters. I want you to be honest to me, please. This is what my white friends have asked me, and I'll just say it, right? They're too scared to ask. They say, why does it seem like for black people to be remembered, they have to be killed by white people or white police officers?
Ain't that something?
Isn't that fucked up? Isn't that fucked up?
Like,
Because right now,
they're not lying though.
know right now, if you say their name, like Eric Garner. But if you say, I want you to right now, if you said say their names for black kids that have been gunned down in Winston, people would stop at 5 or 10 names. It's
but
sad.
that's in our community. We know them in our community, but the ones that you name, Eric Garner and Trayvon Martin, that's in the United community.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because the police, and I wish, like I always say this, I wish these kids had the same energy that they had for the damn police that they had for not killing each other. If they had that same energy, man,
nobody could fuck with them. Nobody.
I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be what I'm gonna close with. Hulu got a documentary on right now. It's got 3 episodes out right now, and it's about Afeni Shakur and Tupac.
Oh yes, it is amazing.
Listen to me. When
It's
I
good.
say people can say what they want to say about Pac, they always say he a fake gangster, he this, he that. No, he wasn't. He was in a systematic place where his rage from the black community and all the stuff that was going on turned him into that person that people thought he was. You know what I'm saying? That man was so beyond his time. And him and his mother, you know what I'm saying? They was really a black king and a black queen, and they was for black communities, for community period, for uniting us period. You know what I'm saying? And we are lacking that so much in the community in general. Like we just lack that. And I challenge anybody to go watch that because it'll change their whole perspective of what they thought about that man and his mother. His mother took a whole court case by herself and won that motherfucker.
Right.
Wow. So, you know what I'm saying? And you know what they said to them people? Because y'all ain't, they both said the same thing to the judge. The whole time we've been in this court, you ain't looked me in my eye not once. It's all about what the system and the stereotypes, and that's what you think of me. But not at one time have you judged me and looked me in my damn face to see through me, to see what type of person I really am.
Right.
We need that type of unity back. We do. We need that type of unity back. They was a force to be fucking reckoned with. They weren't scared of the politicians. They weren't scared of the, you know what I'm saying, the cops. They weren't scared of all this stuff that's tearing us apart. But they tore us apart because we was becoming too powerful.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. The powers to be.
It is.
The powers to be. I said it years ago when I was first starting to fame podcasting. The world is intrigued by black magic. The power of black people in America. The world.
Brilliancy. It's scary.
And so
everybody wants to copy. We are the prototype.
And it's crazy. You said I was in church, right? I was a little kid. And my mother was always trying to teach me knowledge and stuff. I was little, I didn't understand it. We went to a church, but I had a few black friends. And at a young age, I knew there was something majestic about black people. I couldn't identify it. I couldn't qualify it, right? And so what is my take on it, right? My children are by black women. Right?
That's why I say you got 2 beautiful black queens.
Thank you. And all 3 of my daughters are by black women. My wife is a black woman, right? And this is no sales pitch for me. Oh, yeah. I went to a HBCU. You spend your money and your heart is where your soul and where you reside, right?
Oh, absolutely.
For whatever reason, sometimes I have to remind myself when I'm on panels to be respectful. There you go. Because I'll say about and new folks that don't know me will be like, "Who do you think he is?"
You always been.
We got a bounce more. I'm like, we know him.
I don't even look at you that way.
Right.
I know. But I find myself sometimes getting offended when it's an attack on white people collectively. But then I have to step back and say, "Listen, that's the same shit I say." Right. And so just like let's say you guys are saying among the ladies, damn, as women, we got to do better, man. We've done this to our men. And then men come and say it. You know, you're like, it's a little tricky. So I've always been kind of critical and, like trying to be realistic. I told 2 Jamaican brothers the other day, were laughing at me because I was doing tree work for their company. I said, why are you Jamaican brothers so nice? They laugh because they used to be killers, these 2 brothers. They're mature now, right? And they're like, "Whoa, we're nice." I said, "Well, yeah, I said that wrong." But my thing was to them is that all my heroes growing up were pro-black leaders, like Khalid Muhammad, because I said to them, had the roles been reversed, I would have said to the white brothers and sisters, let's fight these black motherfuckers. If they doing to us what these white motherfuckers are doing, excuse my language, let's fight. Because everybody has the right for freedom and preservation.
That's it.
I believe that everybody should determine their outcome. Now, what does that mean in America? Because I'm even for people that say, listen, they want their own land. Like the Nation of Islam taught for many years and still do teach the black people to separate. If I was to move to a black nation, if it existed in America, I would be like anywhere else I go. You got to follow the bylaws and the laws of the people and the laws of the land, right?
Mhm.
So where do you think America is going to be in 100 years from now? Will America exist? That might be our next show. Yeah.
I'm glad I won't be here because I definitely don't want to see the televised revolution. I'm honestly saying that. I want to be dead and gone when that shit happens.
On another note, Sister Kenya, it's been since I saw you. So you were at State from like 97, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I went back and graduated.
Did you? Okay, great. And were you in, what was your department? Or what was your major? I forget.
So I came out in special education. I came out in
Good. I remember you had a fan club. I remember you, all the guys, everybody was like, oh, she's fine. Yeah, I remember.
Apparently they thought I was nice looking. That's nice.
yeah, but after that, yeah, you're right. So, but I remember you always had a chill vibe. You were always peaceful. And I remember, what's crazy? I can't even name 10 people that I went to school with, right, at State. But I remember where the yard was, and they had that little cafeteria over there. What's the name? What building was that? Dang, by the bookstore. Not the big one, but the little one. That's when I used to be over there. And it was crazy. Here I am at a historically Black university, and most of the people that I was building with were African spiritualists, people from the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
I wasn't really attracted to Blacks that were kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? We're really trying to, I don't want to say be white. That's not what I'm trying to say, but had more of an orientation to being a part of the system. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even when I was young, I was attracted to freedom fighters, and then I thank God that he gave us plenty of them, white freedom fighters like John Brown and people that really went out and put action, because I do believe somewhere in life you got to see greatness in somebody that looks like you. If you look at John Brown, if you look at the pictures, him and Abraham Lincoln favored, but Abraham Lincoln, all the Black schools are named Lincoln. They should be called John Brown or Nat Turner or something like that. But
right.
Ladies, do you want to say anything in closing before I do my closing?
Go watch Dear Mama on
Dear
Hulu.
Mama on Hulu.
And if you don't got a Hulu, I'll slide my login just if you want to watch that, because I feel like it's educational.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch that. But have you heard about the Tubi movies being shitty and stuff like that?
Tubi movies are shitty, but some of them are good.
But listen, I ain't gonna lie. We watched. I forget the name. My wife's probably in there watching now. So yesterday, she and I were in the bed and we're clicking on. I said, let's just try Tubi. I always heard all the jokes about it, and we clicked on this movie, and it's a series. I can't tell you the name of it, but it's about this white lady. She becomes. She works in a massage parlor. I'll find the name. Man, that shit is so good. It's so wholesome. It's like a Hallmark movie. Talk about getting old. It's like a Hallmark movie. I'm in there falling in love. Talking about getting old. When I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. But I will say in closing, right, Sister Maisha, Sister Kenya has been great. Tonight's show has been fascinating. We definitely have to get to these youth. Next week we'll have a part 3. The following week we will have the strippers on. I've spoken with some of them, and all jokes aside, it's not about.
What y'all doing with strippers?
Oh, they're telling their stories of how. Listen, they're telling their stories. Oh, I was joking about saying of the body. The body. That's what's powerful about it. These sisters are going to open up. They're going to tell about abuse, drug use, how prostitution, how stripping has led some of them to prostitution and stuff like that. Man,
I would love for them to talk about how there's like a divide between like the pole fitness community and the stripper community.
Wow.
Like there's some people are very quick to say, well, I do pole fitness, but I'm not a stripper, and kind of knocking the stripper community, which rightfully so, they have the credit for this becoming such
absolutely.
So there are a lot of, you got some strippers who don't feel like pole fitness girls should be buying stripper shoes, like you're buying up our work clothes. Like it turned into all types of debates online.
It's always a divide in some way.
Yeah.
It's always a divide. It's crazy.
And speaking of a divide, okay, so this is where I want to come in. And maybe this can be something that, you talk about next week. All those videos, you see the videos, and there's one that's going viral right now. I don't want to really talk about it because it is cute. There's a little girl, and it's happened a ton of times. A little girl, and she's white, and she's like, when I grow up, I want to be Black.
I saw that.
And everybody thinks it's so cute. And the parents are like, oh my God, yeah, well, you can't be Black. But when you grow up, and she's like, well, when I grow up, I'll be Black and I'm going to be president. And they're like, well, you're president, but you still won't be Black.
Right.
White. And they're like, well, instead of being president, you can be a teacher or a scientist. I want to know. So I think I wasn't bothered by it until I started seeing so many like Black men drafting the little girl. Oh, you can be Black now, which is great. I feel like I feel like that's a point for education. Well, you know what, sweetheart, you can't grow up and be Black, but what you can do is learn about Black culture, and you can protect friends, and you can make sure that people don't mistreat your Black friends. Why is there an immediate disconnect and there's no connection? Because for me, I look at that and I say, will your parents have the same energy when you bring home a Black boyfriend? So I feel like there's a point to educate. And yes, it's cute. The little girl is cute. I love that she's seeing Black people and saying, "Ooh, I want this." But the immediate response is, "You can't be Black." And then even with president, they gave other options, but there was no connection. Let's connect it back. Hey, sweetheart, you're not going to grow up and be Black. Let me tell you what Black people go through. Let me tell you this, and let me tell you how
right.
I just want there to be a connection.
Wow, that's powerful. Hey, it's crazy you said that, because growing up, like, you know, even though Black men sometimes get not sometimes, all the time get a bad rap about being fathers and stuff, that's bullshit, right? Because when I was growing up, my heroes were Black men, right? That would slow down and take their sons and me and taught me certain skills in life. And so I will say this, when I was growing up, you know how we look at the Spanish community today, the guys are great with their hands, they had trades. That's how Black men were when I was growing up. So we got to get these men back to trades, and college isn't for everyone. Machiavelli said Bobby is actually working with the community business owner. Yeah, Bobby, listen, on a personal level.
Guy, I do.
He looked out for me. So I have a genuine.
He's a very great man. I just don't know if more police and more money is the answer until we get training and we have a different type of policing. A flight attendant, I've traveled the world and I've seen countries with police with no guns. I don't know why it's so different over here. I've been able to experience other areas, and I'm like, this
America is definitely it's all cap.
Yeah.
It's cap. They think this is the greatest nation. People want to come here and live here. It's America. No, that's all.
We should stop saying that.
That's a whole different discussion, because it's not. It's not.
We should stop saying that.
It's very. It's giving very entitled.
I will say this. I never knew or never believed that I would grow up in a time where the government is dropping chemicals on the citizens, poisons through the foods. It's not even a hidden thing anymore. It's not even like, yo, we went to get some cucumbers the other day and they had the 8 on the code. The 8 is GMO. You know, that's not me and my wife eating cucumbers and I'm loving the shit with the salt and I'm thinking it's good with the vinegar. And this shit is, man, come on, man. That's why we need to support Black farmers and farmers that really grow shit.
We need to learn how to grow our own food. We need to learn how to grow it.
Hey, listen.
At this point in time, everything is genetically modified.
It's evil, man. It's evil.
That's
Yo, we're living in the time. It's really the police claim that, man, I didn't even know we had a whole bunch of people commenting over here. Man, where the hell was I?
I know. I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, dang, I didn't even see.
Well, they just started popping up.
Yeah,
well, I think what it was. I think what it was. Okay, I don't have a cam on my phone. Hey, Jose said, "May I join?" I don't have a cam. Listen, I don't believe that bullshit. Listen, Jose, no disrespect.
Yeah, but we done had some crazy.
Oh my God, I see why beaches. Hey, I went to high school with. Was it high school? Yeah, a year.
Say her name again. Wyviches.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've been trying to. That's love. That's love. That's Miss Love.
We're raising kids without the same village that we had growing up. Very true. We can start making a change, but we have to start with the younger kids and figure out how to reach the older ones. We cannot give up. We don't understand. These kids are growing up on social media. Very, very true. I mean, and you know, I mean, and we got to keep it a band. Like, it's not real. So many people are doing and saying so many things just for clout.
Kenya, what are you on Facebook?
I am not on Facebook. I am.
Okay. Maisha, you know how to reach her, right?
Yes.
You can definitely reach me.
Okay, listen, because we gotta have y'all. Y'all are dope, man. We gotta have this
I'll
again,
be
man.
Absolutely. That's why I told her when I told her. I said, "Listen, I need you to come
Yeah,
on."
she told me last week, and then I saw
Yeah.
the alert. I was like, oh shoot. But
And
so
I would love. My cousin said that he couldn't join tonight, but he's my cousin. He the bomb. There is the bruh. Let's talk about it, bruh. Talk. What is it? He got a YouTube channel too. The bruh talk about it.
Wow.
What is it? I'm gonna tell you.
have to
Talk
do
about it, bruh. That's my cousin.
Oh,
That's
really?
my other
Wow.
cousin. He lives in Florida, but he's definitely has like big input on the issue, like the the events that's going on and stuff like that. Me and
Let's
him
get
debate
him.
all the time. Yeah, about
Let's get
stuff.
him.
We always don't see eye to eye, but he's always got great points. So definitely, I would love to be able to get him on her to give his point of view. And I told my daughter because we need to hear from the youth.
We got to get the youth on here.
We need to hear. Wait, one more thing before we go.
No, listen. You gotta remember, I'm in no rush. I this is
I
good.
I gotta get out of here in a minute. But the
Okay.
guy that with me and Kenya had did what would you want? How would we call it? At the community center we did at the
Violence.
Okay. The
Okay.
gun violence thing. And I was telling them about it, and I was saying how we asked the kids, we made the list
Yes.
about what we can do and what they want from us, and how the young man with the dreads, he told us that pretty much he came and he's just like, I just want to hug you. Like, he did
Right.
he don't have that at home, and like just hugging him, you can literally feel just that he needed that so bad. You know what I mean? Like that they lack in the sense of somebody actually cares about
Actually caring.
You know what I'm saying?
I said, even with the educators, I think unionized teachers is just trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel like you need a union to teach, then I don't think you should teach because it is an above and beyond position.
It is. It's sad. We giving up on them because we feel like it's nothing we could do, but we just giving up on them. You know what I mean? Miss Tracy. I would listen if we could get on too. That when I tell you that lady is a force. We was at the Kimberly Park maybe 2 years ago. I think this is the first year Jalen got killed, and it was her son's birthday, her oldest son, the one that got killed. And they was literally shooting at the park where we was blowing out candles for her deceased son and start shooting at the park. And Tracy literally, like before the guy started shooting the gun, she said, look, give it she tried to talk him out of it. But he was so emotional and enraged. It's like he didn't give a damn. Like you didn't give a damn that it was baby. My grandbaby was in a stroller. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we laying on the ground, and all I'm thinking about is, oh my God, she just took my babies to the car. My daughter trying to get me down. I'm trying to get to the babies. It's like they so emotional, and it was over something so stupid. You know what I mean?
Do you ladies both remember when there was something you'd say that was definitely a white crime? Like somebody put their baby in the oven, or a kid shot up the school.
Right.
That's almost gone now because of like Kenya and you guys both said, the mental illness is real out here. These babies
aren't conflict resolution.
Man, I know Miss Lanita isn't. Look at Miss Lanita coming in.
You doing that, girl?
Y'all, I've been out in this wind trying to get stuff done. I don't know. Something was wrong with my Wi-Fi. So I went in there and my daughter got home and she said, God, did you get everything done outside? I said, yeah. Don't my hair look like it? But,
well, you
I
look
love this
pretty with your purple dress on.
Oh, my raggedy little t-shirt? Yeah.
No, earlier. You got some awards. You look nice. That was nice.
Oh, yeah. Girl, yeah. That come up as my memory because I was trying to get my pictures saved and all that. And my daughter told me what I need to do was to do a separate Facebook just for pictures. I said, I'm not going through all that crap. Let me just do this. And then so the Wi-Fi was at net because I didn't want it posted, but I was wanting to put it on my Facebook and then save my picture to my phone. However, she was trying to tell me, she said I was doing it all ass backwards. I said, but how about I got my picture on? So,
you sure did.
yeah. But I was trying to listen to some of the discussion and all that. And when it was start getting good, the Wi-Fi would start spinning. I said, God dog it, what is wrong with my phone? And Amanda says, oh my gosh, you're really irritated about something. I said, yeah. I said, here, help me fix my phone. I don't know what to do about it and all that. She said, I don't know why it kicked off of Wi-Fi. I said, well, I thought it was on Wi-Fi because it kept spinning, whatever. But anyway, so
better
did
late. No, we about to go, but better late than never. We did get to see it.
That's right. Did
We had a
everybody you had good discussion and all that?
Very, very good. Yes, very good.
Okay, it gets
Hey.
better and better, right?
Yes,
We're
next
gonna
week
get these babies
we
on. We're
about
gonna try to get these
Lanita.
babies on here.
We're gonna get the babies and the strippers.
And the strippers.
And the strippers.
The babies and the strippers. What the hell did I miss?
That don't sound right together. That don't sound right. Wait, they're having baby strippers on there? Hell no.
God,
Yo, what part is this in the show? I gotta edit that. Yo, that shit is funny. That would be a good intro. Hey, could you see like the little badass baby stripping like in the cartoons? No, we ain't into child stuff like that. I like grown women. Yeah, my wife.
Yeah,
is
no,
grown.
none of these people.
Dang. Lanita, it's always good to see you. Oh, did y'all know that one week we're gonna do it at her house? Oh, you guys can't because y'all in Philly.
Yeah, we.
That don't mean we can't come.
Right. We just make a. And, yeah, because Miss Lanita be throwing down.
I could just be like, hey, I'm.
Oh, and Kenya got the hookup on. Yeah, she's the. Yeah. Wow, it's been a blessed evening, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a blessed evening.
Yeah, daggone it. I missed Azar.
Oh, yeah, he's right there. He's right there. He hears you.
Oh, he's still there.
No.
Where's he
Hey,
at?
listen, when I click off to end this, just sit tight for like 10 seconds so it captures all the footage, please.
Okay.
Yo, this has been so good. I don't want to go.
I know. I gotta go. I gotta get ready to go. I get off in a minute.
I gotta
God
go.
bless you.
Bye. Bye.
Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.